You know, this game is my comfort game right now. I really like this game. So I'm playing it again. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Anyways, hello everyone, my name is Stopper, and welcome back to Promises to Keep. Now, in the last part, I finished off the story. Well, my main story, where I romance Hunter all the way through. I really like Hunter. Today, though, if we look at the gallery, we're missing quite a few pictures, CGs. 1, 2. Wow, this entire page. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We are missing 42 CGs. Now, for main story, we romance Hunter all the way through. So I chose all the Hunter options. I made saves at every choice, at every decision in the entire game. And I'm gonna go through them and, continue from there. But most likely, this right here, this one is the most amount of CGs that we'll get, because this one picks which character we romance all the way through. Because that seems to be the major ticking point for everything, because that's when, the Hunter dream happened. So that's most likely where we'll get all the other dreams for each character. So it's obvious. I think it's obvious that Rafi might be the canon character for us to romance. But I don't care. I like Hunter for reasons and things. But anyways, we should just get straight into this. If y'all are ready, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button. You help me out a ton. And let's start off by going back to July 9th. Jesus Christ. When I first played this game. That was a long time ago. Good lord. So, in main timeline, I chose Hunter. We're choosing Rafi this time. I'd only just started to catch up with Rafi and was looking forward to spending more time with him. I can't resist those eyes for long. Rafi literally jumps for joy, arms in the air, and cheers. Yes! I finally have someone to try this game with! My room's this way. Come on, come on! And with that, Rafi skips down the hall and disappears into a doorway. Sorry, Hunter. I hope you don't mind. The raccoon's eyes are full of mirth. He doesn't seem upset at all. Hey, don't worry about it. You two get to go have your fun. I'm sorry. I'll be back to romancing you when the more story gets added. We're all gonna be stuck in the same house anyway, so I'm sure we'll get the chance to hang. Hit me up whenever. You gotta do me just one favor, though. Crush him at that game for me. There's nothing I'd like more. Raccoon gives me a thumbs up and starts off down the hallway, hopping from paw to paw, jumping to touch the ceiling with each movement. I forgot he did that. I approached the door where Rafi disappeared and knocked on the frame. Oh, just get in here. Didn't you see me walk in? I was just being polite. Is that... I just realized that game system. Is that supposed to be a PS5? Oh, wait, copyright infringement. Poly Station the 6th? I was just trying to be polite. I read that already. Come on, how long have we known each other? I haven't changed that much, You didn't have to tell me that. So far, the only difference was his height. I was always taller than him growing up, but now... Is he taller than me? Ruffy waves at me from the bed, limbs splayed on top of the simple brown comforter and white pillows. The bright winter daylight shines through his window, and I take a good look around the room. In stark contrast to Ollie's room, it looks practically untouched. I just spot a handheld suitcase in the corner, neatly zipped up, a backpack lying against the wall, and a laptop charging on the desk. He really didn't bring much. Oops. What? The gorgeous lady in my room got your tongue? I'm just a bit surprised you didn't bring more stuff over. I have everything I need, though. A bed, a desk and chair, TV, a window, a bathroom, water, and electricity. What more could you want in a living space? I do remember him being a pretty simple dog. His old room was incredibly plain, which I found ironic for someone as bright and energetic as him. I'm actually not sure if that was his preference or his parents'. Either way, I guess I'll have it say hard. Anyway, if you're done commenting on my lack of personal belongings, I almost said social skills, we have a video game to play. I watch Rafi prance around the room, swapping between his backpack and his suitcase. He bounds back to me and holds out 2 controllers. Player 1 or 2? Player 1, of course. Instinct takes over then, and we both plop ourselves on the floor in front of the TV, just like we did a million times before. Let me get some tunes going. I game better with music on. What do you listen to these days? You'll see. Presses play on his music app. We never would have heard this music if we didn't play through through these. A soft melody accompanied by a gentle tapping beat. Quiet, cozy music. Fitting. The game boots up. It's a battle royale type, but Rofi just sets it to local multiplayer so we can get a feel for the controls. We're both quiet at first, laser focused on learning the game. Sounds doesn't bother me like it normally does though. Honestly, I feel just as comfortable around him now as I did back then. Oh, jeez, yawn. Ugh. Despite his crazy antics and his jolly nature, he's pretty good at creating a warm, cozy environment. Figuratively and literally. Eventually, I break the silence first. Remember when those video game nights used to be a commodity? For me, you mean, you got to game whenever you wanted to. What about all our productive study sessions in my place? I literally can't believe my parents never caught on. For such helicopter parents, they could be pretty oblivious at times. Murphy used to come over 2 or 3 times a week to study at my house. He'd usually finish his homework long before I did, and I'd always find him glued to the TV while I scrambled to catch up with him. Well, I guess they always found other excuses to ground you. Like the Fakemon fiasco? What? Wow, that brought some memories back. Fakemon trading cards were a huge thing at our elementary and middle school, but I'd forgotten all about them. Oh, Fakemon. Fake Pokemon. Yeah. Usually Fakemon are like, actual Pokemon, not like fan-made Pokemon, not like the actual thing. This is the actual thing. Are Pokemon the fan-made ones? Ruffy used to hide all his cards in his locker before going home. It all came flooding back to me now. At some point in middle school, our friend group had each bought a mystery card pack for a group unboxing session. Most of us got common, low-value cards, typical pack filler, but Ruffy ended up pulling a card worth nearly $500. Dang! We all lost our minds. For a group of preteens, $500 was unfathomable. The ironic thing was, of course, he had to keep it a secret. There was no way he could tell his parents about the card. A couple of us offered to help him sell it, but he wouldn't part with it. That is, until his parents found out about his collection. He managed to sneak the rare card to me ahead of time, but the rest of his deck wasn't so lucky. They threw every single one of his cards in the trash and grounded him for weeks. Jeez. For playing it, but man, pack up your parents.
Box him up. Put him in a box. Put him on a t-shirt, please. Your parents are douchebags. Remembering his distraught face makes my blood boil. Exactly. I'm with Leo. Well, I am Leo, but I'm with Leo. Here, hold on a sec. I got something for you. Show ya. Now, if he pauses the game and gives me a knowing grin, hopping up to grab his backpack, he's gonna pull out the card. No way. I'll sit the side and reach into the bag, unzip a side pocket. Why? I missed 3 words. I see him unzip a side pocket and reach into the bag. Then I hear another zipper. Secret pocket? You know it. See him pull a small card case out of his bag. Ta-da! In perfect condition. He hands the case to me like with a single card inside. A holographic Char Lizard card. Looking the same as it did the day he pulled it. Char Lizard, bro! Char Lizard! I'm crying. I'm crying, bro. Wow. I can feel a goofy smile start to spread across my face. For some reason, knowing that he was able to hang on to it just makes me so happy. I'll never guess how much it's valued at now. You're right, I won't. How much? Look it up. I roll my eyes. He could just tell me, but he obviously wants to drag out the realization. Silly pup. 75 grand? Okay, not only are you a medical person, but you have a card worth 75 grand. Jesus Christ. Ruffy, that's life-changing money. Pretty cool, right? Oh, sorry, yawn. Cool? I mean, yeah, I guess. But that's just an insane amount of money for one card. Yeah, sure, but I mean, why haven't you sold it yet? Don't wanna. I would kill for an extra 75k in my pocket. Hey, don't get any ideas. It's like that one song, Murder on My Mind. Ralphie might disappear. Put it out. It holds a lot of sentimental value for me, and I'm not really in need of money to the point where I'd want to trade this for cash. I guess that makes sense. I remember the happiness I felt when he learned he still had it. When I learned he still had it. Wait, I never asked. What kind of job do you have? Well, I was a biology major, so... Doctor? No, I could never. I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. I went to PA school and became a physician's assistant. You operate under a doctor's supervision, but do a lot of the same medical things they do, sacrificing a bit of anatomy of odd autonomy for a shorter education. It's usually 2 years post-college for PA, compared to over 8 years for doctors. Well, sure, but I didn't think your parents would let you become anything other than a doctor. Well, they weren't happy. They hated it when we went the PA route instead of med school. But you just kept on trucking? Ruffy nods. At some point, I'll have to live my life, you know? Huh. Never thought I'd hear that from him. When we were parents, he was so obedient. Always so frightened of what his parents would think. Maybe he has changed in more ways than I thought. And really, the money isn't that bad. How much, if you don't mind me asking? I could buy around 2 hollow Char Lizard cards a year with my salary, if my math is right. $15K? $1,500K. Hello? No, it will be 150,000. I'm losing my mind. I don't know if even said it right. 150,000. Seriously? His math was always right. Okay, so he was making bank. Got it. That's like around $10,250 a month. Jeez. I can pray for that. Isn't that bad? You're probably out earning everyone on the street. He giggles. Okay, it's a good gig, I admit. He picks up his controller again. Mind if we get back to the game? I mean, I had more questions, but... Sure, sorry to pry. Nah, you're good. Ruffy unpauses and the room goes quiet again. We can't help but think about what he said earlier. At some point, he just had to live his life. I wonder what adventures he went on after I left in middle school. I could spend hours catching up with him like this. Over the course of our gaming, we shifted closer, and now I feel him start to lean against me a little. Before I know it, his head is fully on my shoulder. I don't say anything at first, though I can feel a slight blush creep across my face. Our lives are so different now, but his fur still feels so familiar. I see him glancing at me out of the corner of my eye, and hear him giggle again. Soft, right? Huh? Yeah. It's just like I remember. Shit, you could definitely feel my face warming up. Yeah? Sensing weakness, Rafi starts rubbing his cheek against my shoulder, distracting me with his impressively velvety fur. I make a critical mistake and the match goes to Rafi. Hey, come on, you totally did that on purpose. Sneaky dog. I gave him a playful swat and he lifted his head off my shoulder. You said it was just like you remember. All good memories, I hope? Most of them, yeah. We used to do this all the time. Hey. Did I say that aloud? Oh. Yeah, I did. Okay, I thought he was reading my mind. I was about to say. Yeah, but we would usually be laying down. He flips over onto his belly and looks up at me expectantly. Like this. You wanna join me? There's another decision. I'm gonna make a save right here and do that. I'm gonna lay next to Rafi. For old time's sake, of course. I roll onto my belly and lay next to him, and Rafi starts the next round. I get the urge to run my paws through his head fur, fluffy as ever. I resist, remembering my promise to Hunter. I had to win at least once. Without his shenanigans, the last round lasts much longer, the two of us more easily matched. Damn it. And he wins again. Hey, are you sure you haven't played this before? I wouldn't lie to you about it. About that. Fair enough. He was a prankster, not a liar. I can't read. At all. Fun fact. I ruffle his head fur playfully, earning a giggle from the dog. Once again, it hits me just how easily we were picking up where we left off. All thanks to him, really. Ralphie could always warm up a room. He doesn't need to fill his living spaces with decorations or personal belongings. He breathes life into a place just by being himself. My earlier worries feel so silly now. At his core, he's still Rafi. He's just figured out who he is a bit more. As we continue playing, I start to lose track of time, lost in the game and lost in memory. Despite the circumstances, the many years we spent apart, I feel safe with Rafi, is what that said. I'm so cozy. Last thing I think of before drifting off is that I have to get better at the game to beat him next time we hang out. I fell asleep. I slowly stir awake, music still playing. The first thing I see is Rafi breathing softly in his sleep. Then a big yawn, shaking off the post-nap stupor. Rafi starts to stir next to me. He yawns too, then stretches out his arms and legs. He turns to face me, blinking slowly. That was a good nap. Agreed. After all the craziness today, I really needed it. I clamber to my paws and reach out to help Rafi up. When standing, he stretches a bit more and turns off the TV. I'm starving. Wonder what's for dinner. Great question. I'm sure they're figuring out something downstairs. Maybe we can help. Race you down there. The dog zooms past me, throwing the door open and disappearing into the hallway. I'll have to catch up to him again. I run to Thea on the way down the stairs. Ralphie's still nowhere to be seen. I'm getting your air mattress set up. Okay, this is that part. So now we load. We're gonna see what happens if I belly flop on this. Belly flop. He recognizes the glimmer of mischief in my eyes, but doesn't react fast enough. I flop on top of him belly first. Oof! Look at his face, bro. He looks so annoying. I got a muffled laugh. His face feels so soft, even through this shirt. Can I get a heads up next time? What? We used to do this all the time as kids, too. Yeah, but we don't weigh the same as we did back then. Ouch, are you calling me heavy? Who knows? Maybe I am. Well, if you hate it so much, I can just get off of you. No, it's okay. We can stay where you are if you're cozy. You're so predictable. You always enjoyed being my makeshift pillow. The gaidar's going off. Every once in a while, I need the left right below his neck, earning a few. What? I'm not saying that. From the dog. He clearly still loves that too. Once again, it just hits me how easily we were picking up where I left off. All thanks to him, really. I could easily warm up a room. Okay, we're back. We're back in that dialogue. Okay. Now, how do I get rid of saves? There's gotta be a way to delete saves, right? Is there not? Help. Let's see. Is there? No, there isn't. There's a self-voicing toggle?
Enter. Self-voicing disabled.
Yeah, I'm not. No. I don't want that. It scares me. Well, we got no new CGs from that one, but we did learn that Rafi makes, like, Rafi's rich bitch. I just realized I can probably overwrite all of them. Okay, so we did this one. That one's clear. Now we move on to this one. Okay, I think last time I cooked with Artemis. I cooked with Emma Mordecai. We're gonna relax with Theo this time. Okay, if you're sure, thanks a lot. To be honest, I'm not sure how much help I'd be anyway. Like I said, it's really no trouble. The bird begins busying himself with various kitchen implements, quickly making himself at home in the unfamiliar space. His moves are practiced, fluid, and at ease. I have a feeling that dinner is going to be delicious. By the way, Leo, Turn my attention back to the box. Let me know if you still need anything from your place. I'm happy to go back with you to pick up anything extra you might want. I had planned to run another sweep of the neighbors tomorrow anyway. Oh? Are there still folks on your street who are stuck? I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I got to most of the houses today, but there's still a few I need to make sure about. Also, I promised the folks in number 90 that I'd check back in with them tomorrow. Theo. He must be looking after every house in the block. His tired eyes take on new meaning now. Well, if that's the case, I should be offering to help you. No, not the other way around. If one of our neighbors needs an extra hand, you let me know, right? That'll do. That I'll do. Sorry, I don't know how to read, guys. That's right, our neighbors, the people we live next to, spend our days and nights next to, but barely ever interact with. Cindy makes it so easy to forget about them. Well, for me, at least. Apparently not for Theo. He jumped right into action to help them. Apparently not to Rafi either. I realized with a pang of guilt, or Hunter, or Artemis, and Ollie. They all seem to know each other already, or at least were quick to settle in with each other. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who's learned to shut people out like this. That's not a very comforting thought. Time to change the subject. By the way, I don't think I've said this yet. I don't think I've said yet, but I love your house. It's so big, but surprisingly cozy. Theo finishes a swig of beer and nods graciously. Well, thank you very much. Like I said, though, this was my aunt's place first. She did most of the hard work. Most of the furniture was hers. She picked out the wallpaper and paint colors. He trails off, eyes wandering, then seems to snap back to attention. Some of it is my doing, though. I've added some nicks and knacks and... Huh? Tchotchkes? Is that what that says? Tchotchkes? I don't know. I can't look it up either. Freaking Wi-Fi is out. I hate my Wi-Fi. Some more art on the walls, plants. That reminds me, I've got to water the ones in the den tomorrow. With all the excitement today, I completely forgot. No, I'd love to get a look at those plants if you don't mind. Theo nods, takes a swig of beer and rises from his creaking chair. And allow me to show you. I suppose I might as well water them now anyway. I suppose it wouldn't hurt for you to see where you'll be sleeping too. Okay. I glance back at Artemis, and it seems like he's doing 5 things at once. Pot full of potatoes are boiling on the stove, and he's making some last minute adjustments to a salad. Savory aroma wafts from the oven as he tastes the dressing he made. Artemis, it smells great, by the way. Food tends to do that. You two go do whatever you like. I've got things to control here. I thank him, then follow Theo to a corner of the kitchen. He opens up a cabinet, then halts and turns back to me a little sheepishly. The watering can was also my aunt's. Alright. Then he removes it from the cabinet. I see why he felt the need to specify. The can is in the shape of a little purple elephant with big, sparkly eyes and itty-bitty brown tusks. Its trunk, of course, is the spout. Fucking adorable. Oh my god, I love it. Look at its little trunks. Tusks. Theo still looks a little embarrassed, but he laughs in response. He sure is something, huh? Artemis, do you mind if I use the sink real quick? The focused bird looks up from his chopping carrots and shakes his head. Please do. Theo strides over to the sink and starts to fill the little elephant with water. He doesn't actually hold that much water, but his voice wavers a little, looking down at his can. How could I replace him? I could never if you were mine. Theo nods and clears his throat quietly. Okay. That's about as much as it'll take. We start, of course, with this little guy. Theo walks over to the lone kitchen plant and gives him a generous dose of water. The plant's a he? How do you know? How do you get the gender of a plant? That's something I'll have to look up. I read that already, yeah. I got him pretty recently. Felt like the kitchen needed a little extra something. I don't usually keep it this clean, if I'm being honest. There we go. The den is this way. We file out of the kitchen, down a short hallway, and through some double doors into the den. It's smaller than the other rooms, with the large air mattress taking up a good chunk of the floor space. Aside from that, the den houses only a couple cozy-looking chairs. I noticed several small potted plants on a table against the wall. I recognized 2 different kinds of succulents and then I didn't read that correctly. Then some other green things. My knowledge of houseplants is less than stellar. Indeed. Just a few, you know. I'm not the type to keep big ones with lots of soil and all that mess. What about the ones in the living room? Theo laughs, a little embarrassed. Oh, those are fake. I like the idea of having plants there, but didn't want to take care of them, so... He speaks, he begins to gently water the largest plant. From where I'm standing, the little elephant is looking right at me. These guys, he points to the succulents, just got a little bit, obviously, but not very often. Now I remembered though, they look a little thirsty today. I hadn't pegged Theo as a plant dad, but looking at how gently and carefully he handles them, it makes perfect sense. This is a really nice space, she said, looking around, taking the details for the first time. A full bookshelf, two little side tables next to each other chairs, a leather-bound volume lying open on one of the couches. Seems like an excellent place to read. Best seat in the house. No, I haven't had much use of it lately. My reading was really slipped this year. Really got through 5 books. Judging from the width of most of the titles on the shelf, that still seems impressive to me. There we go, he says, topping off the final plant with the remains of the can. He can have a little extra today, as a treat. Oh, he snaps his fingers. There's one more in my bedroom too if you want to see it. She also needs a little bit of water today. Sure, lead the way. This will be the first time seeing Theo's bedroom, because we haven't been in there in my main playthrough. He'll lead me upstairs and down the hall to the master bedroom. Wow. There's a pill bottle. There's a pill bottle on the desk. Once we enter, he makes his way over to a medium-sized hanging plant suspended from the ceiling in one of the corners. And here she is. Give me just a sec. I'm going to fill this little guy up again. Taps the little elephant that heads through a door into what must be a bathroom. I take a look around the room, a little sheepishly at first. It's okay, I tell myself. I feel myself. What? He clearly doesn't mind me being in here. Theo's room is neatish. It's probably the best way to describe it. The bed is made, but the blankets and pillows are a little crooked. The nearby desk is covered with papers and manila folders, but all efficiently stacked and organized. The walk-in closet doors are wide open, revealing a forest of similar-looking clothes. I definitely see 2 or 3 copies of the same exact outfit he's wearing right now. That also makes sense for Theo. I know, when it comes to fashion, he's very copy-paste. Here we go. He emerges from the bathroom, full elephant in tow. Thanks for letting me give you a little impromptu tour. I'm proud of this house, and I like showing it off to people. I'm not surprised. It's a lovely place, really. Yes, he says simply, his eyes once again traveling elsewhere. Yes, it is. The tone of his voice changes completely. Deeper, more husky. He starts to water the hanging plant, gently moving its leaves aside for better access. You know, it really is my pleasure to get some use out of it, to see it full again. It's just been a while since. The moment water begins to pour out of the pot onto the floor, and Theo lets out a yelp of surprise. Ah, crap, I always overwater this one. Just give me a second. I race into the bathroom and grab a towel. As I return, I see Theo trying and failing to catch the downpour in his cup paws. Here, I got it. I drop to the floor and start to mop up the spill. It's not that much, really, and the fluffy towel soaks it up nicely. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm such a klutz. It must be my advanced age. He laughs then, full and hearty, paws still dripping with water, and I can't help but join him. Here, old man. Offer him the towel to dry his paws. Good thing you've got us youngsters around, huh? Yes, indeed. He puts on his best old man voice and he takes the towel. And you youngsters are welcome back here anytime, for any reason. But for now, I think we should probably head back to the kitchen, just in case Artemis needs my help with anything. I probably shouldn't have left him to fend for himself, actually. Fair enough. He seems like he knows what he's doing, though. Judging from the smell already walking through the house, he was making miracles down there. Why did everything turn gray? Why is everything monochrome? My thoughts catch up with, as I take one last look around the bedroom, my thoughts catch up with me. Oh, this is happening so fast. Less than 24 hours ago, I was way out of this place. I think I read this before. Caring for another quiet night alone in my dusty apartment, just me, my phone, and my endless rolling thoughts. Now I have an open invitation at Theo's house, and Ralphie and I still have so much to catch up on. But I definitely see Hunter around too. I right-clicked. Seemed almost surreal.
Pull back to reality once you reach the stairwell. As we descend past a myriad collection of photos, my curiosity gets better to me. Hey, Theo? Is this you and your aunt? I point to the photo that caught my eye earlier. I remember this picture. I remember. I have memory. Theo's 17th birthday, 2005. Wow, 2005. And if this takes place in 2025, that means old. Actually, not that old. Wait. It wouldn't be that old if he was born in 2005. Oh no. Anyways, sorry about that. Yes, me and my Aunt MJ. Aunt Mary Jane? Jesus. So, I did a little bit of the math. He would be 37. So he's 37 right now. Or 36. 37. How did I lose a number? Hello? 37 or 38. Theo's voice turns blissful when his eyes unfocus. He was always good to me. My 17th was the best birthday I ever had. I watched him relive the day in his head. I'm assuming she bought you that car? That's a pretty sweet gift. Yep. No. I right-clicked again. I totaled it a few days after. Oh. Where did you learn how to drive? An art fair? You just blowing from Supitza? Why am I being such a douchebag? Hey, buddy, you just blowing from Supitza? You total a car that your aunt got you that looks like it probably costed like 20K. Maybe. I don't know. I'm guesstimating. And now, all of a sudden, and you totaled it. What did you crash into? You know you're not supposed to hug a tree with a car. And don't hug a car with another car. Don't hug a car at all. Damn it, Theo. His voice turns bitter without warning, and his mood sours at once. We hang in uncomfortable silence for a moment before his eyes refocus and he drags his mouth back to that now familiar Theo smile. But anyway, that was a long time ago. I won't bore you with old stories. Let's not keep Artemis waiting, huh? Yeah. Hey, listen, Theo. I didn't mean to. He waves his paw to cut me off. No, don't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. Come on, I'm sure we're needed in the kitchen. He turns and strides purposefully down the stairs, and I hurry after him to catch up. The eyes in the photo seem to follow us as we go. Yeah, that's a nice car, too. That did not cost 20K. Then again, your aunt probably had bands on bands, racks on racks, stacks on stacks. Like, what is this, a Mercedes? Artemis looked up as we enter, clearly ready to delegate a task. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you helped set at the table. He considers for a moment. I suppose we don't all have to eat in the same place at the same time, but it would be nice. Okay, we've seen this before. So now we leave. It's another one cleared. Let's see, what is this one? Shit. I was trying to load that. Let me. Delicious. We'll see when we get down there. Why didn't it let? So we're gonna start with salad and breadsticks, obviously. How much food did he make? It smells delicious. I can't skip this. Let me skip. Okay, I'm turning on. I'm going to the settings. Preferences. Skip unseen text. Okay. I made it back. I'm gonna drop this save again because last time we hung out with Ollie, the boy. This time we're hanging out with Artemis. And I've never seen Artemis's room. Let's see what Artemis is up to. As I walk into the living room, I see the Blue Jay sitting in one of the chairs by the front windows. His headphones are in, and he's staring out at it while what little he can see while sipping from a steaming mug. A bit of quiet music and snow watching must be nice. I walk over to the bird and he turns to me. I motion to the chair next to him, pulling out my own headphones. He nods and turns back to the window. No words required. Nice. I've done plenty of small talk already today. Wonder what he's listening to. Probably something loud, judging from his outfit. The chair is ludicrously comfy. Ludicrous? Oh my god, it's ludicrous. And fits me like a glove. I can't help but let out a slight purr as I sink to the luxurious cushions. His eyes flick to me and then back out the window. Oops. Did he hear me? No way. Any reasonable volume would have drowned me out completely. I popped the headphones in, and what best suits his comfortable evening? What song fits with warm clothes, soft chairs, and a full belly? Oh, I know. The familiar guitar chord sweeps me away in an instant. I don't hear guitar chords. Ooh. It sounds like an Incredibox mod. This would be a banger mod. This music does sound really good. There's the bass in the back. I love this share. I love this song. This moment is so perfect. I can't help but hum along quietly. Forever turns, mixing with the notes into a greatly rumbling melody. I open my eyes and realize that Artemis is looking right at me, somewhat expectantly. I pull out an earbud. Sorry, did you say something? I said you have a nice, gentle voice. Do you sing? Oh. Is he... What is he doing? What? Oh, my bad. I didn't think you could hear me over your music. Bird pulls out both headphones. Nothing was playing. That's like having them in sometimes. Shit. He heard all of that. Oh. Do you sing? He asked again with almost the same intonation? Me? Obviously, who else here? No, not really. I mean, not outside of the shower. Fair enough. He turns back to the window again. Thanks though, for the compliment, I mean. Obviously, what else would you be thanking him for? It's the truth. Wouldn't mind if you kept going. No pressure, obviously. I think I'm good for now. Do you? Do I? Sing? No. I can tell how this is going at all. Like, what? I can't tell how this is going at all. It was so much easier to talk to him when Ollie was here. Maybe it's time to bail on this conversation. I'm going to open my mouth when. Would you mind sending me the link to that song? Thank God. Not at all. There you go. It does nothing. Do you want to swap playlists or something? I can tell you got pretty good music taste, so sure. He answered immediately, and I get a link by text not 5 seconds later. Jackpot. And I forced my way into this conversation. Wait, that said found. The voices! The voices! The voices! They're getting louder! If y'all know what meme where that's from. Oh. Whoa, 15 hours? Artemis. That's one of my shorter ones. Figured it would be better to lead with some of the others. Check out his profile. My eyebrows climb higher and higher up my forehead as I scroll through his playlists. He has hundreds of them, all dozens of hours long. My eyes catch on certain names as they fly by. March 12th, 1342. Cleaning my padded cell. Awful Virtues. Supreme International 21st Century Neck Injury Mega Mix 4. What? How do you keep track of all these? He shrugs. I don't, honestly. I haven't listened to some of them in years. I just keep making new ones because it's fun and I enjoy it. There's probably some repeat songs on some of them, but whatever. Seems like you got something for every mood. He nods. That's the goal. He shifts his sitting position, fluidly crossing his legs, and then says completely deadpan, I want to listen to every piece of music ever made before I die. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be rough. Especially with, some of the bullcrap that's being made by AI nowadays. At least this music is pretty good. AI could never. I want to listen to every... Oh, I read that already. My bad. I chuckle despite a serious expression. Every piece of music? Well, some of them aren't that good, I'll be the judge of that. Anyways, bad music can be the best teacher. If you can pinpoint what you hate about something, you know what not to do in the future. Something pretty optimistic. That's a pretty optimistic way to view it. My mind just shifts back to a concert I went to with a friend in college. I didn't know the band, but agreed to go anyway. Bad move. They were dog shit. Oh. I spent the whole night drinking in a corner of the bar, thoroughly miserable but not wanting to ditch my friend. Guess he's more forgiving when it comes to music. Not that you could tell by the way he looks. Not to stereotype, but he doesn't look like someone who would listen to country or classical. He doesn't. He looks like he would be listening to Why Do Good Girls Like Bad Guys or Repair by Johnny Gilbert. So sounds like you write music yourself? On top of being a chef too? Ernest rolls his eyes and nods once. I do a bit of everything, master of none though. Probably would be better off if I stuck with just one interest. It seems I am right along with you there, twin. I write, I make videos, I play games. I make music. I draw. What am I doing? That's so cool though. I want to hear more. What kind of music do you write normally? Have you gotten any of it published yet? Like I said, a bit of everything. And no, no way that makes me money. Not that that's the most important thing. But anyway, you still owe me a playlist. I know a conversation changed when I see one, because he doesn't really want to talk shop with me just yet. Oops. What kind do you want? Start scrolling through mine. Shit, none of my names are as creative as his. Something that gives me a good idea of your taste overall. It's okay if it's not mood consistent. Okay, maybe I'll put 2 or 3 of them together and... As long as you don't judge too harshly. He shrugs and smiles at me. I right-clicked. My first Artemis smile, directed only at me. Sardonic? Sure. Teasing? Yes. Handsome? Absolutely. No! No! Let's not. No promises. At that point, both of our phones buzz. It's Hunter in the group chat. Looks like a GIF. I got grabbing him my number. And laughed, thinking of Hunter sprawled out on the floor, scrolling through GIFs to send. No, he's not so bad. He's fine. He speaks curtly, but without malice. Our phones buzz again. This time it's Rafi with another GIF. Considering muting the chat. My thoughts exactly. Might get us in trouble later, though. I suppose we'll suffer, though, won't we? All things considered. He looks out at the pitch black window. Could be much worse. Definitely. I think about my canceled flight and shiver slightly. I'm supposed to leave town today. I planned to be at the airport by 9 a.m. Artemis turned back towards me, hints of sympathy showing on his stoic face. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's fine. When I think about being snowed in at the airport for God knows how long, I shake my head, as if to dislodge the thought. I'm happy to be here, really. That gets another smile out of him, much warmer and gentler than before. I am as well. Theo's a great guy, and he has a lovely home. Yeah, it does. He also seems to have a non-anthropomorphic winter fox on the wall.
Yes, how peculiar.
What am I doing? Okay. And it comes with a talented bird chef. This time I am rewarded with a quiet chuckle. I right-clicked. Slowly but surely, I'm chipping away at that impassive demeanor of his. Well, thank you, Leo. Phone buzzes again, this time accompanied by a short jingle. I watch his face soften even more as he unlocks it. Honestly, he's in the same house as me, but still insists on texting. I have an obvious guess. Ollie? The bird nods and begins to typing out a response. By the way, thanks for backing me up earlier when I was being anxious about his nickname. Oh, sure. I mean, I was just being honest. I really don't think he has to worry about Theo being judgmental, though I guess I understand his reasoning. Artemis shakes his head. It's his new fixation of his. I honestly don't know why. He was gone by Ollie. I never had any problems with it until recently. Not sure what's changed. Though he decides it's best to hide it, his worry is palpable. So you've known each other for a while then? Not as long as you and Rafi. It's been about 4 years, I think? How did you two meet, if you don't mind me asking? He shakes his head a bit dismissively, eyes glued to the forward screen. To the what screen? To the forward screen? Is that what I said? Oh, God. I need to sleep more. That's probably what I'm going to do, and I like after this. And eventually we ended up living on the same street. We went to the same it's not a very interesting story. I need to read. We went to the same college, and eventually we ended up living on the same street. He's a good dino, if a little stubborn. Stubborn? I'm not sure if I've seen that side of Ollie yet, although I guess I could see that with all the stuff he made you guys bring over. Artemis shakes his head again as the shed sound plays, and he puts the phone into his pocket. No, I'm afraid that was my idea. His heat and power were off, but he kept saying that he didn't want to leave it all behind in the cold, so Theo and I offered to help carry it. It seemed like the easiest way to get him out of the apartment, which might otherwise have been a struggle. He still made a fuss, of course. Some days, I think that boy would literally freeze to death before he asked anyone for help, even me. I see. Artemis' story casts his afternoon in a new light. I picture Ollie, huddled and shivering in the freezing apartment, too nervous to reach out to anyone. If not for Theo, that might have been me. Do me a favor, yeah? Refocus once again on the bird sitting across from me. Don't tell Ollie I said that. He likes it when I worry about him. Oh, only in specific ways. And not too much. And not when he doesn't feel like he's being worried about. Of course, your secret is safe with me. Thanks, Leah. Tiredness suddenly washes over me. It's been a very eventful day after all, especially after all the cleaning and packing I did yesterday in preparation for the flight. I yawned real big, remembering at the last second to cover my open mouth with a paw. It's like it's bedtime. That warning Artemis Sands readjusting the cushions of the seat after vacating it. I figured he'd be just as tired as I am. It's been a very long day. So, I guess I am. Sorry. I don't apologize. I'm usually in bed by this time anyway. Really, huh? Huh. Whoa. You didn't seem the early to rise type. Takes all my willpower to resist making an early bird joke. The early bird gets the worm. I'm planning on getting up by 7:30 and 8 and making breakfast. Join me if you like, or if you'd rather sleep in, I'll keep it warm. I know Ollie won't be up early. Wow, thank you. I'll see how I feel in the morning. How about that? Fine by me. Finished fixing the chair, he gives me another nod and a hint of a smile. Good night then. Sleep well. What an interesting bird. Keeps a lot of surprises under that brusque veneer. If I can get him to open up more, I wonder what else will come spilling out. I yawn again, settling further into the comfy chair. Oh no, come on. Theo's gone to the trouble of setting up a bed for you. You can't sleep here. Reluctantly, I extricate myself from my cushioned paradise and lumber towards the den. Through my sleepy haze, the small sitting room is even cozier than before. I notice a big pile of extra blankets in one of the chairs alongside my travel bag. Guess Theo moved it for me, so yeah, he's been far an excellent host. Gotta remember to thank him tomorrow. Maybe apologize. Okay, I think I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah. Okay. So, now this is the next one. Going right from where I left off. I almost... Okay, load. Yes. Yeah, Yes, I got up to go with Artemis and Hunter, but this time I'm gonna go back to sleep for Rafi. But that's not gonna be right now. I'm going back to bed. I don't know how long it'll be for me, but for y'all, it'll be only a second as the power of editing. So, oops. I'll see you guys in 1 second. Okay, so it's been a few hours. Anyways, um, so last time we went in Artemis and Hunter because I'm going back to sleep. It doesn't really matter right now. I could go for more sleep actually. Toss my phone to the side and curl up into my blankets. This time, thankfully, my rest is dreamless. For long, I'm woken by a soft knock at the door, accompanied by Theo's gentle voice. Leo, you awake? I clear my throat, then reply. Yeah, just getting up. I wince as my voice comes out raspy. I had obviously just woken up. No need to rush. Sleep in as late as you'd like. I'm heading out a bit, so I just wanted to make sure could find the bathroom and shower. They're just around the corner. Oh, thank you, Leo. What? I said Leo. I'm desperate, bro. I'm desperate. It says, thank you, Leo. Theo. Feels kind of weird talking to him through a door, but I don't have the energy to get out of bed just yet. Of course, I left a fresh set of towels in there earlier this morning, and there should still be the one for you there. It sounds great. I really appreciate it. Don't mention it. I'll just be outside shoveling snow with Hunter, but we shouldn't be too long. Arno's made some breakfast, and he's already prepping for lunch. A little early, if you ask me, but he's the chef around here. He's the chef here. Where did I get around from? I don't know. Leo chuckles to himself. Anyway, I'll let you relax a little more. Good luck outside. Thanks, Leo. The hallway goes silent except for Theo's paused steps, getting quieter and quieter. I should probably get up soon. I grab my phone and browse my notifications for a moment, then find the strength to leave my surprisingly comfortable air mattress. For sure, business. The shower. I grab a change of clothes and my toiletries, finding the bathroom easily. After a few minutes, I come out refreshed. I head back to the den and change to my fresh set of clothes. Maybe I'll sit in the living room for a while, let my fur dry in front of the fire. Where did the music go? Ugh. I thought this was supposed to be a fun slice of life game, not a horror game. Where's the music? As I walk into the room, I find a familiar orange dog perched comfortably on the couch. Leo, there you are. He jumps out of his seat and runs up to me, tail wagging. Morning, Rafi. Morning. Did you just shower? I gesture to my drying fur. How'd you guess? Hey, I was just trying to make conversation. Anyway, what are you up to now? Not much, actually. I'm probably going to relax for a bit, watch the snowfall and everything. He perks up at the idea. Can I join, in the spirit of reliving old memories? Of course. There's plenty of great ideas, great places to sit. I gesture around at the surplus of comfortable couches and chairs. Oh, I thought you were planning to go outside. In this storm, I'm happy inside. Besides, as you so astutely noticed, I just got out of the shower. I know, but once you dry off. Look, the weather's calmed down a bit. It's cold, but the wind is pretty much gone. And you must have half the experience sitting inside. Okay, I guess I see his point. Before he can pull out his puppy dog eyes or 50 other reasons, oh my god, why we should go outside, I open my mouth. Okay, fine. Just for a little bit, though. I don't want either of us getting frostbite. Yay! Only once I'm dry, though. Yeah, I know. I'll go get my stuff ready. And with that, Rafi races to the front door to get dressed. With a good-humored sigh, I head back into my makeshift bedroom to gather myself before the outing. After another 10 minutes or so and some aggressive toweling off, my fur is dry enough to go out. Like clockwork, I find him waiting at the front door, fully dressed up and bouncing slightly on his heels. Okay, so... Oh, my water's stale. Whatever. He's very active. What? This route is the Rafi route, obviously. I chose the Hunter route because I like Hunter. Ready? Yes, you silly dog, let's go. I head to the front door and throw on my coat, gloves, and boots. I repeated I like Hunter so many times. May I remind everyone, I have ADHD. I head to the front door and throw on my coat, gloves, and boots. I read that already. Rafi and I are heading out for a bit. I pause, realizing I'm shouting to a mostly empty house. I peek into the kitchen and see Artemis sitting scrolling on his phone. He gives me an idle thumbs up. Don't have too much fun. Go on, let's go. He throws the door open and bolts out into the snow. I trail after him. Oop. Making sure to shut the door firmly behind us. Oh, we're back with this wonderful art piece. These must have taken so long. But it is worth it because it looks so good. I'm not yawning because I'm bored. I'm yawning because I'm freaking... I just woke up. Again. Weather was much more... Okay. Rafi was right. Without the fierce wind chill, the weather was much more manageable. Almost pleasant. In a freezing sort of way. The cold air nipped and didn't bite, dancing lightly around my fur. My exhale, releasing a thick cloud of fog into the sky. Dragon smoke, I used to call it. When I was very little.
Seeing my breath used to amaze and delight me. Oh, now decades later, I feel a tug of the same feeling. Hey, Leo! Quit daydreaming and come sit! He beckons to me and then flops backward into a shallow drift, almost disappearing in the snow. I make my way over to him and sit. I'm here. Are you enjoying yourself? He waves his arms in the beginnings of a snow angel form. He grins at me, but doesn't reply, a little lost in his own world. I'll take that as a yes. Who is this? Who is this? Side character number 152? Who also appears to be some kind of cat. There's Hunter. Looks like a furry version of Purple Cliff. Anyways. In the distance, I see Hunter and Theo shoveling and chatting. The two of them seem to be enjoying themselves, both clearly suited to this kind of work. At some point, Theo waves across the street to a neighbor who's also clearing out their driveway. It looks like they're standing like right next to each other. Where are we standing? This is the life. Sitting outside in the snow. Outside in the snow with you. Sitting outside in the snow with you. Jesus. Gives me a playful shove. Thinking of again just makes me so happy. After all, no one else in the world knows me better than you do. Stammer out a response, momentarily lost her words. And this? Throws his paws wide, as if to embrace the snowy sky and everything in it. I can't read. This is such a beautiful setting for our reunion. Rafi goes quiet for a moment, face lost in thought. Seriously, isn't it nice? Seeing the world so undisturbed. You can't tell anything about its state before the snow. He leans back on his paws and stares straight upward. At some far-off site on the roof of the world. Working in medicine means everyone you meet carries some kind of history with them. History that complicates things. History that can't be swept aside. But even so, fresh coat of snow promises new beginnings. New beginnings. Rafi, you changed more than I thought. Didn't we say that earlier? You said that earlier when we went to the other one. With a jolt, he seems to remember himself. He gives his head a hearty shake and smiles sheepishly at me. Sorry, it's the vacation talking. Don't mind me. You're fine, Rafi. Sorry I never asked before, but you mentioned working in medicine? Okay, hold on. If I check the gallery... Yeah. And this part is... I'm guessing this dialogue would change if I went with him earlier and I didn't just save it. Sorry I never asked before, but you mentioned working in medicine? I was a biology major in college, so doctor? Okay, this is the same dialogue from earlier. That makes me wonder. Let me skip through this, because we've seen this before. So no need to worry about getting sick around me. I'm a medical professional. He sticks his tongue out and switches his tail. Although, again, I am on vacation right now, so do me a favor and stay healthy. So when do you go back to work? In a few weeks. I kind of forgot that paid time off was a thing we could use, so I ended up having a bunch stockpiled that I didn't need to use. I've never taken a break this long from work. I hope I don't get rusty. I can tell that he's joking. Mostly. Robbie takes advantage of the lone conversation and scoot closer to me. A little nippy out. I push the snow out of his way and he let him snuggle up to me. He lays his head on my shoulder, sighing contentedly. We enjoy the stillness of our surroundings for a long moment. Then all of a sudden, he shivers dramatically and stands up. Alright, I've had enough of this. Back to the safety of the house. What? Already? We just sat down. I'm cold. I don't have your thick winter coat. This was your idea, you know. He sticks his tongue out at me and a flake lands directly on it. Yeah, well, we're going back inside. He offers me his paw. I smile in spite of myself and take it, dusting the thick powder off of my coat. Besides, I've got snow in my pockets and my socks are wet. And whose fault is that? As soon as we shut the door behind us, Rafi throws his boot off his boots and collapses in a heap in front of the fire. Ah, finally. I should never have let you convince me to go outside. Excuse me? I ruffle his head further roughly, right as Artemis walks in from the kitchen. Forgot about our lesson, huh? Oh, of course not. Ruffy scrambles to his paws, his usual energy returning in an instant. Artie is finally going to teach me how to make something amazingly yummy for lunch. What are we cooking? Not sure yet. Depends on what we have. Sweet. I love a challenge. Racy there. With a giggle, he rushes past the two of us into the kitchen. We still have some leftovers from breakfast, Leo, but if you'd rather wait a little, lunch will be ready soon. I think I'll wait till lunch. Thanks, though. They pause for a moment, thinking. Any idea what Ollie's up to? Artemis shrugs. Probably sleeping or scrolling in bed. He'd stay under the blankets all day long if someone didn't force him to get up. I see. Thanks, Artemis. Yup, see you around. I get Ollie's number from our group chat and send him a text. Yep, the you up text. Okay. Now that gives me no. Okay. That makes me want to test something. Loading. Okay. If I click this, skip all the dialogue. Lay next to him, skip all the dialogue. I'm gonna cook with Artemis. Should I spend time with? Yeah, and then I click. Okay, does this change the dialogue at all? Let's see. You sing me. Yeah. It's the truth. I wouldn't mind if you kept going. No pressure, obviously. Think I'm good for now. Why sing? No. Would you mind sending me the link to that song? Yep. 15 hour. Yep. Yep, all the names. I don't, mostly. I haven't listened to some of them in years. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. He shifts his position. I want to listen to every piece of music made before I die. Can't pinpoint what you hate about something. Sounds like you're doing yourself on being top of being a chef too. I do a bit of everything, master of none. Probably would be better if I stuck to one interest. No, not in the way that makes me money. Not that's the most important. Not that that's the most important thing. But anyway, you still owe me a playlist. So inconsistent. Blah 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 blah. Be much worse. Okay, I'm not seeing anything new. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing new. Okay. Go back to sleep. What happened? Wait. What did I do? Oh, there is new stuff. First order of business. There's new stuff. Okay, on a whim, I put on one of Artis's playlists while I shower. Just messed me up, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me drop a save so I can listen to all of these. Now that's what I call sadness. The few tracks I hear are solid, but sad, but solid. I recognize a few artists by their voices, but not the songs themselves. Looks like he's picked only deep cuts for this one. Respect. For a few minutes to come out refreshed. Okay, let me go ahead and load. Actually, I can just go back. Ye freaking haw. With a title like that, I couldn't resist. I hear one or two folk and country classics, but most of the tracks are brand new to me. They're honestly pretty good. Don't judge a bird by his outfit, I guess. Just messed me up, bro. What follows is some of the hardest shit I've heard in my entire life. I lower the volume at least 3 times, worried about waking up the rest of the house. After a few minutes, I come out refreshed. And then, I don't know. Surprisingly, this playlist is all 80s synth. Pretty artful stuff, too. Not just the cliche classics everyone knows. Oh, so no freaking harder, better, faster, stronger? Spur's got a good ear. Okay, now I skip and see how the dialogue changes. Oops. Here, this is when I ask him about being a doctor. Let's see. So things do change, like, naturally. So when do you go back to work? Okay. It just skips that entire thing. Okay. Well, we got that new dialogue option, so... Or that new dialogue from them. Okay. Now let's see what Ollie's up to. Or, oh, this one. Okay. Light, happy stories. I usually prefer happy stories. I guess I just feel like there's enough pain and suffering in the world already, and it's also exhausting. Why make up more? It's not that I dislike sad stories, but I think we all need to learn to focus on the good things in life, rather than agonize over the bad. Ollie is silent for a long time, seriously considering what I said. He opens his mouth to answer right as I start to get nervous. You know, that's a decent way to look at things. I agree that people tend to be pretty glass half empty. And cynicism without any silver lining can get very tiresome very quickly. I guess I feel like... Ollie starts to stutter a little, cheeks turning slightly red. I don't know, I like sad stuff too. I feel sad pretty often, so I guess that's just nice to know that other people feel the same way. I like stories that recognize and understand pain, suffering, and loss. They feel more real to me. Like the author isn't just telling me what I want to hear, if that makes sense. But to be honest, I like a healthy mix of both. Like, you know, you can't live on candy and soda alone. And a perfect meal has all the flavors represented: bitter, salty, sweet. Those are the kinds of stories I like best. Stories that bring you to the edge of the precipice, but never let you lose hope. Ollie looks directly into my eyes, his face deeply serious. Even the darkest night must end, and the sunrise is so stunning because you know that it will set. You know, I really think you would like Tales of Wheel and Woe. The name is very descriptive, plenty of sunshine, plenty of shadow. Then once you played it, we can talk about it for real. Okay, we've seen this already. Okay. No, do not overrun my save. Yes. Serious, sad stories. To be honest, I usually prefer heavier stuff. I like stories with angst. I don't know, they just feel more real. Shameless plug? Is it shameless plug time? Ollie nods thoughtfully, one claw on his chin, the other tracing a delicate pattern on the wood of the desk. I tend to agree with you. I guess it's just nice when authors seem to recognize how hard everything is. When they speak openly about the fundamental pains we can never escape. But I can't stand stories that get too maudlin. If you know what I mean, right? Ones that just sorta fetishize sadness. Oh. What? Ew? That makes sense? I don't know, it's just that I put up with enough of in my daily life. I don't really need help feeling sad, so I want the books I read or the games I play to show me some alternatives to sorrow. Do you sleep with a box? It's not that they have to be a perfect escape from reality or anything. Or looks me directly in the eyes. But I want them to make me believe there's still hope. Even at the end of all things. Especially at the end of all things. Okay, so Ollie is like very smart when it comes to anything. But now we're on page 2. We only have one here. We only have one here that we need to do. And then this one I'm gonna have to do 4 times. And then make separate saves for each. So we can go through all of them. Because it seems that when I pick one of these, that's when we learn the most about said person. So I have Hunter already. So okay, let's continue this. Last time I got a bite to eat, I think. No, I checked on Artemis. This time I'm gonna get a bite to eat. I'm gonna grab a bite to eat first. Artemis might not want company right now anyway. I head back downstairs to check the kitchen. And then in the warm space, I spot Rafi browsing on his phone and nibbling at something. He looks up as I come in. Leo, you're just in time. Look what we made. He gestures to a massive heap of fried dumplings piled high onto a plate. That's crazy. I swear I was only upstairs for a few minutes. Well, I'm pretty familiar with preparing the filling and already just threw together a quick dough for the dumpling wrappers. It ended up taking us like 30 minutes altogether. Why am I giving him that voice? Hello? Carl? This is your fault. And now I know how to make dumpling wrappers from scratch, thanks to Artie. Knowing how quick of a learner he was, I'm sure he'd be able to replicate Artemis's recipe on his first try. Speaking of which, where is he? Oh, I'm not sure. He said he wanted to rest upstairs for a bit. I think the electricity issue threw him for a bit of a loop, and he probably wants a little alone time. Oh, I see. Did he seem alright, though? Murphy thinks for a moment and slowly nods. Yeah, I think so. Maybe a little stressed, but otherwise okay. I tried to make it really clear that we weren't mad at him, and I think he believed me. That's good to hear. Anyway, want a dumpling? He sticks his tongue out and waves one in front of my face. Sure, I could use a little snack right about now. Hee. Hi, Hunter. Right on cue, Hunter strolls into the kitchen. Did I hear snacks? Ruffy waves at him excitedly and points to the plate of dumplings. Look what I made! With Artie's help. Whoa, that's awesome! What's in them? Ruffy starts rattling off ingredients. Chives, diced mushrooms, cabbage, and I notice Hunter's eyes light up at the mention of pork. Sounds great. Wanna bring it up to my room and share? Wait, what about Ollie and Theo? I already set aside plates for them already. Then it sounds like we have the rest of them to ourselves. Group hangout, race you there. Before he can zoom off, Hunter holds his paw out in front of Rafi. Hold on a sec. Don't you want to do the honor to bring the plate? We're the chef behind this food, after all. It was clear that Hunter just didn't want to bring the plate up himself. Rafi groans in response. Okay, fine. You got the utensils then. This time it's Hunter's turn to groan, but he doesn't object. Plate in hand, Rafi carefully hops up the stairs, leaving just Hunter and me in the kitchen. Wanna grab us some napkins? We can't let him get too far ahead of us, or all the food will be gone. On it. Whoa, the voice crack. In record time, the two of us are able to find appropriate cutlery for the dumplings, and we head upstairs to meet Rafi. This music. Oh, I swear, these songs would go perfect as Incredibox beats. I can hear some kind of music playing from Hunter's room. Sounds like Rafi already made himself comfortable. Finally, what took you guys so long? Rafi, we were like 15 seconds behind you. And I could have finished all the food in that time. He sticks his tongue out playfully, but Hunter looks at me fully serious. I believe him. We're up against a serious speed eater, Leo. Our dining halls didn't stand a chance against this guy. Hey, I had to eat fast because I always had stuff going on during the day. Yeah, but with your class, 6 classes and 17 different jobs on campus? Not 17, I had like 2. He stops and thinks for a second. And a volunteer position or 2 at the hospital. And that research position you really hated. Oh, you're right. At least I enjoyed my jobs. Kind of research and jobs. Oh, nothing special, just some medical nonsense, but I was clearly out of my depth the whole time I worked in that lab. I was surrounded by crazy smart doctors and graduate students that just made me feel stupid. Yeah, that really doesn't sound like fun. It wasn't, but I needed the experience to throw on my resume, and I guess it all worked out in the end. He used to come by my apartment and complain about his research mentors all the time. Do you think they were torturing him in the lab or something? Oh, they kind of were. I just didn't speak up against them because I needed a recommendation later. Hunter reaches for a dumpling and pops it in his mouth. Then I taught on campus. The tutoring job I had was actually how I met this guy. Playfully thumps Hunter on the back after the raccoon finishes his bite. Yeah, I actually got to that topic with you yesterday. How mean. Talking about me behind my back. Rafi fake pouts, then drops it as Hunter holds a dumpling in front of his snout. He can't help but lean forward and take a bite before scarfing the rest of it down in true dog fashion. All good things, I promise. Right, Leo? Yes, of course. I pop a dumpling into my mouth and immediately pick up another 2. Rafi and Artemis really outdid themselves with these, crispy on the outside and savory on the inside, with hints of spice and sweetness from some complex sauce. Anyway, I was mostly tutoring for tuition and extra cash. My parents helped me for my first year or 2, but I ended up needing this job to make it work financially. His voice takes on a slightly wistful tone. But I really did meet some of my closest friends, through those opportunities. And I made good money too. And I got to spend time with a cute puppy dog once a week. The tutors we have now don't measure up to him in the slightest. Hey, they're not that bad. Yeah, but you're good at everything, so I could just go to you with all of my questions. I gotta figure out who's better at what topics and get help from a million different tutors. It's also annoying. Murphy rolls his eyes. God forbid the student has to put in effort to succeed academically. Hey, I was just trying to give you a compliment. Rafi giggles. I know. He leans in towards me. He texts me with his questions anyway. He just can't get enough of me. Hunter overhears this and playfully tackles him onto the floor. Their combined laughter fills the room, and I can't help but laugh with them. I almost forgot how strong the sense of camaraderie was between us college friends. I had managed to retain very many of my own. I hadn't managed to retain what? I hadn't managed to retain very many of my own, truthfully. Rafi and Hunter untangle themselves a moment later. Hunter sits back up and grabs another dumpling, but Rafi stays laying down. Anyway, do we have any idea what's going on tonight? Any events on the agenda? I'm actually not sure. I feel like event programming is Dia's department. I wonder if he's home yet. I'll shoot him a text in the group chat. Rafi whips out his phone and pauses for a second, poised over the screen. You'll see it when he gets home anyway. Rafi starts typing while Hunter polishes off his meal. Phew, that does it for me. But you had like 4 dumplings total. Is that enough for you? Yeah, I had a protein shake earlier, and those keep me decently full. Without looking up from his phone, Rafi chimes in. I keep telling him that he should be eating closer to his maintenance calorie levels, but he doesn't listen. Hunter smirks. And I keep telling you that you should come to the gym with me. I do. You did, like, twice. Ruffy whines and finally puts his phone down. But you know that I'm always tired from work and just want to lay in bed when I get home. Hunter very clearly bites back a scathing retort. Well, maybe we should all go sometime after the storm is over. I already invited Leah to come with me sometime soon. That seems to catch Ruffy's attention. It seems like he's more concerned with being left out than actually going to the gym and exercising. Wait, that's no fair. What was my special invite? Well, I've slept in the same bed as the man, so... You just got it. I'll text you when we organize a time and date. Fine, I'll go with you guys. Sweet. Oop. All our phones buzz, but it looks like Theo responded. Just got back and eating now, no plans, but maybe bar tonight? Ruffy's face lights up. Bar tonight? There's a bar nearby that's open? No, I think he meant the basement. Oh right, I remember catching a glimpse of it earlier today. Ruffy texts back excitedly and pretty quickly a time is agreed upon for the impromptu event tonight. How exciting! I don't drink very much, but I'm sure Theo knows his stuff, right? He could make me something yummy. I'm sure he does, and anyway, you have me. I know my way around alcohol. Hunter turns to me. Oh, Ruffy here is scared of parties. So whenever I pull up to one, I drink a little extra in his name. That's not good for you. I'm just trying to include you somehow, and I know you like it when I send you texts of all the drinks I'm having. Until I have to come rescue you because you get too drunk. Okay, that's only happened once. At least twice from what I remember. Anyway, most drinks are usually too calorie heavy for me, so I only drink on an occasion. Tipsy Hunter is so fun to be around though. Remember that one time we tried mixing drinks in my place? Yeah, and half of what we made was horrible. I'm not trying to relive that night anytime soon. As I talk, I don't feel the need to say much. I'm content just listening to them relive old college memories. Being a witness to the conversation almost makes me feel like I was there with them, having a good time. I think in another universe, the three of us would have made a great trio. Anyway, the three of us should go out for the drinks sometime, when I'm not cutting calories, that is. Oh, I guess I forgot that we could just start hanging out as a trio now. All I have to do is put myself out there. It sounds fun! Well, judging from Theo's text, we still have some time to kill. Any ideas? Everyone thinks quietly for a moment, then Hunter speaks up. Y'all ever been to a casino? No? Both Ruffy and I shake our heads. I might not look it, but I love me a little gambling. Oh god. No, he's the let's go gambling guy. He gets up and produces a pack of playing cards from his desk drawer, handing them to Ruffy. Mind shuffling these for me? Sure. As Ruffy shuffles the deck, Hunter pulls a small silver case out from his backpack. With a flourish, he opens it and pours a stack of poker chips onto the rug. He just has poker chips? Fancy a game or two of poker? Ruffy's gaze starry-eyed at the chips. How do you play? Well, there are a lot of variants, but the one I play most often is Hold'em. Yeah, do you want a Rose Refresher too? I'm gonna drop a save. I'm gonna replace, no, actually, I'm gonna replace this one. I don't know about y'all, I don't know how to play Hold'em. But Leo does. Hunter spends the next few minutes explaining the rules of the game. I'm familiar with the game, but it's all new for Ruffy. I observe him as he listens to Hunter intently, brow furrowed. Alright, I think I got it. You guys can correct me if I do something wrong. Come on, let's start. The eagerness to jump in so quickly sort of surprises me. He was the more cautious, patient one of us when we were young, always trotting carefully on new ground. Of course, I'm going ahead and modifying a few of the betting rules so that I can play and be the dealer at the same time. It's not really traditional for the dealer to play, but this is all for fun anyway. And with that, the first round starts. After the initial bets and ants, our first cards are dealt. 2 of hearts and a 7 of spades. Looks like it's already a bust for me. Yep. We're cooked, Leo. Okay, let me go ahead and load this back up. Sure, I'll listen in. So basically, each round will get a hand of 2 cards that we keep secret. There will also be some communal cards in the middle that we can all use. They'll start face down, and I'll flip them face up over the course of the game. Certain combinations of cards are better than others, and whoever has the highest valued combination wins the round, as long as they haven't folded. If you think you're going to lose the round because you have a bad hand, you can fold and let the rest of the players dig it out. This means you're out of the round and can't win any money, even if your hand ended up being worth the most in the end. However, this does mean that you can conserve the rest of your money for the round, because you aren't forced to keep betting. We take turns betting until everyone calls or agrees on a proper amount. Then, as the dealer, I'll flip over the communal cards and we'll bet again the knowledge of what that card is. Keep in mind that you can also bluff, meaning you can place big bets, even with a bad hand, to scare your opponent in competition into folding. You basically trick them into thinking you have a great hand and you don't. Alright, I think I got it. You guys can correct me if I do something wrong. Come on, let's start. The eagerness to jump in so quickly sort of surprises me. Yep. Modifying a few things. First round starts. Yep. We're cooked already. 2 of hearts, 7 of spades. We're cooked. Look at how focused he is. Seems fitting given my recent luck. I look up for my cards and take note of my competition. Hunter seems pretty focused on his cards, but Ralphie is already done thinking, it seems. Alright, I'm ready. Do I bet now? Go ahead. Hunter and I watch Ralphie push a considerable stack of chips into the center of the makeshift poker circle. Wait, you sure? I'm sure. I figure it can't hurt to match his bet despite my bad hand, hoping that no one calls my bluff. Call. Alright, I'm actually out on this round. Hunter describes his hand, clearly not pleased with his luck so far. The round continues between Ralphie and I, and after Hunter reveals the flop, Ralphie pushes the rest of his chips in. Ralphie, it's literally the first round. Well, like you said, it's all for fun, right? And who's to say I don't have an amazing hand? To avoid immediately eliminating one of us, I decide to fold, letting Ralphie take the pot. The next round follows a similar pattern, with Ralphie making an enormous bet and the rest of us eventually folding. He gives us a mischievous smile and he takes the pot again. Alright, Leo, we can't let him do that again. And we don't. Another round begins, and this time both Hunter and I match Ralphie's initial bet. After the community cards are revealed, Hunter speaks up. Alright, I have a triple nines. Leo? I have a full house, 3 queens and 2 nines. We both look at Ralphie, the smile on his face reveals it all. He lays his cards out for us to see. 10 and jack of spades, with each slot in perfect licked with the community 9, a queen and king of spades. Straight flush, anyone? Hunter lets out an incredulous up at Ralphie's luck. You gotta be kidding me. We cannot go gambling with Ralphie, bro. If we go gambling with Ralphie, we're cooked. We are going to lose all our money. Okay, that's ridiculous. The second best hand in the game on your 3rd ever round of poker? I guess I have some serious beginner's luck. For the teasing Worf, he takes the pot for the 3rd time, leaving Hunter and I with barely any money to play. After that, the game ends fairly quickly. Our bankroll is unable to keep up with Ralphie's. With all the chips in front of him, Ralphie springs up from off the floor. Well, it looks like I have a backup here in case I ever quit my job. Hunter's still reeling from being thoroughly trounced by a new poker player he gets up to. Okay, well, usually people don't get that lucky. Poker's a complex game, and there's a lot of things that Ralphie rolls his eyes and bats at Hunter playfully. Right, I can't hear you over the sound of all the cash I won. Before Hunter can come up with with some witty comeback? Why was I about to say comeback like combat? Hello? Another text in the group chat sets off all our phones. Oh, looks like Theo is ready for us down in the basement. Ready to go, y'all? Super ready! He swipes his phone off the floor and helps me up, before bending down to collect all the playing cards and poker chips. Oh, I got it, don't worry. Let's not keep them waiting down there. Ralphie then drops what he's doing and stands up, grinning. Don't need to tell me twice. He skips out of the room energetically. Hunter turns to me, clearly exasperated. I still don't think he realizes how lucky he was with the hand. Well, he's a pretty reliable mathematician. I'm sure he probably calculated all of that. Calculation isn't even half of the game, though. You can calculate all you could like and still lose every round. He doesn't seem to understand that. I mean, a straight flush? I don't think I've ever had that hand in years of playing. I smile and shrug. He always had crazy good luck with games when we were kids. I honestly can't say I'm surprised he won. We'll just have to rematch him later. Hunter sighs and shakes his head, his easy smile returning. Anyway, let's hurry down. I'm sure they already started the festivities. Right behind you. Fair enough, by the time we reach the basement, everyone else is already there. I've only seen a fraction of it earlier, so now I take my time to examine the space. It's a little chilly, but spacious and comfortable. My eyes are immediately drawn to the pool table by the stairs, completely with sufficient lamp. Nice old-fashioned jukebox. Okay. Now it's time for the next moment. This one is important. So, Hunter is the one I did for the main story. So I guess I'm gonna do the characters in order I like them. So Ollie is next. Let's go fiddle with the projector with Ollie. As I walk up to the old projector, Ollie turns to meet me halfway.
Leo, did you see this?
Oh my god, he's drunk. I didn't think he'd be drunk. Hunter can handle his freaking alcohol, but Ollie can't. He's got flowers floating around his face. I don't think that's right. Leo? Never mind. Leo's blackout drunk on the couch. Why'd I call Leo? I meant Rafi. He shuffles over to me, half empty glass clinking.
I always wanted one of these growing up. It makes the basement feel like a real movie theater. Sorry in advance, by the way. I'm a little drunk.
No kidding. Hey, no worries. That was the idea, right? Ollie giggles. Hold on 1 second. I gotta go let my dog out before she, pees on the floor. So that took half an hour. Ollie looks so cute when he's drunk. Oh, I love him.
Speaking of which, where's yours? We should get you a drink.
Sure, why not? With a flick of a crusted head, Ollie downs the rest of his drink, loops his arm through mine, and drags me to the bar.
Yo, another round.
Theo eyes the two of us as we approach, setting down his own drink. Another round, huh? He looks at me slyly and winks. I got just the thing for you. In fact, I'll make it a double.
Wow, really? You're the best, Theo.
Theo sets a cool glass of water down in front of Ollie with a soft thump. Dinah looks at it uncomprehendingly for a moment. Pay the booze tax first, then I'll make you another.
Oh.
Ollie breaks into a fit of giggles.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I was just confused why it didn't look like the last drink you gave me.
What about you, Leo? You think you look like you're holding up well. Yeah, I'm chilling. Thanks, Leo.
Oh, by the way, Leo.
Ollie grabs my arm and sets down his half-empty glass. Wow, he really can put it away no matter what it is.
I wanted to say thanks earlier today, for letting me talk with you so much.
Of course, I didn't mind at all. Oh, right, Artemis told me there was some commotion with the power wall, though?
Yeah.
Ollie starts spinning his phone between his claws, eyes wandering.
People panicked a little, that's all.
Not you, though. You were perfectly calm. Ollie blushes and buries his snout in his glass. Ollie was the one who figured out the problem.
It was no big deal, really.
But none of us thought of it, only you. I nudge him with a paw, trying to get him to meet my gaze. He finally looks up, and a jolt of electricity jumps between us. His eyes. Were they always so blue? So soft and delicate behind those glasses?
We're getting rizzy with it.
Did I really just say we're getting rizzy with it? Let me tell you I am out of it without telling you I'm out of it.
You can take the compliment, Ollie. My voice is almost a whisper, stifled by the moment's weight. You deserve it. Okay, if you say so. Thanks, Leo. At that instant, Theo shifts slightly against the bar, and the resulting creak reminds us of his continued presence. Anyway, Theo, where did you get the, projector? Ollie once again busies himself with his drink. The clear glass does nothing to hide his blush. Theo's eyes dart between the two of us, a slight smile spreading across his grizzled muzzle. Oh, that old thing? Just a gift from a friend. I'm a bit of a tinker, and I like old machines, so Ollie nods in agreement, but I'm not sure how much he's listening. He shifts in his chair, and his eyes shift with him, catching my gaze and dropping it again, switching around the room before returning to me. You know what? Theo sets down his glass and looks knowingly at me. I'm feeling a little bit peckish. I think I might go have one or two of those dumplings you so kindly brought downstairs. You two have fun. He winks at me before striding off purposefully to the opposite corner of the room. Theo's a good guy.
Yay, I left with my dino, the dino boy. Yeah, he really is. Can I be annoying real quick? Sure? I'm sorry for being so weird about the compliment earlier. Guess I just... Now he begins to clack his claws on the door in a tight, circular rhythms. I guess I just feel lucky. So lucky. More lucky than I deserve. He sighs and leans back slightly in his stool, looking up at the ceiling. And it sort of makes it hard for me to accept compliments. But I guess... I don't know. I guess maybe we do deserve to be happy sometimes. Oh, look at how drunk he is. Oh, the water's doing wonders for him. I love this game so much. He's just so drunk. I just got flashbacks to that Corey Kenshin moment in Sewer Slide Guy. Is this what it's like to be drunk? Is this what it's like to be drunk? I wish I could pull up the video, but my internet's out. I look over at him and find those beautiful blue eyes already fixed on me. Sorry if I'm getting too personal here, but I'm drunk. And I get real, what's the word? Thinky when I'm drunk. I mean, obviously thinky isn't a word, but... Introspective? Yeah, introspective. I guess booze just slows down my brain a little. Stops it from spinning in circles so I can actually think about myself and about the world. How wild and unlikely it is that we exist as creatures. That our atoms and molecules align in specific and functional ways as they do. That in a universe full of empty nothingness, we find ourselves on the same planet in the same basement drinking together. Hello? Is this how you conversate in Dinosaur? Let's check the gallery. I'm missing one. I'm guessing it's Artemis, maybe? It might be if I go through the Artemis route all the way and like go and see him upstairs. That might be it. I mean, when you think about it, when you really think about it, life is incredible. Really, truly incredible. You know what I mean when I say that? Take a long moment to really consider his question. Yeah, I think I do. Ollie's smile is his big tooth smile. I think you do too. I meant it yesterday when I said you were easy to talk to. I chuckle softly, not expecting a compliment. If you say so. No, I mean it. Because when I talk to you, I get the sense that you actually listen. I feel like so many people go about their daily lives never hearing a thing outside of their own thoughts. And so whenever they never have a thought they don't believe.
I guess on a more personal level, I feel like more people take one look at me or listen to me stutter and completely write me off. Like, if I can't immediately get the words out, I must not have anything worthwhile to say. But you're patient with me. You give me time to gather my thoughts without interrupting, without walking away. It's not just me either. You treat the others that way too. It's obvious. So, I don't know. I fiddled with the claws for away. Sorry, I get a little deep in the weeds there and kind of forgot my point. But I guess what I really want to say is that even though we just met the other day, I think you're a good person. And I know it doesn't really matter what I think, and I'm not some kind of arbiter of virtue or whatever, but he looks up at me again, sincerity plain in his eyes. I'm just glad I met you, that's all. Like, really glad. He turns bright red again and stuffs his hands in his hoodie pocket. If that's okay? Yeah. Clear my throat, a little choked up. Yeah, it's okay. It's more than okay. I'm really glad I met you too, Ollie. At that moment, Theo's voice rings out from across the basement. Last call, folks. I'm afraid your bartender is exhausted. Ollie giggles and fiddles with his glass. First time I'd ever sat at a bar till closing. His claws tap against the crystalline surface, releasing clear, bright notes into the air. He looks at me and proudly proclaims, "If this isn't nice, I don't know what is." I was wondering when we were gonna get one of those. We were gonna get one of those. Artemis suddenly appears behind us, placing his empty water glass down on the bar. That's one of Ollie's favorite things to say, especially when he's drunk. I always mean it, though. Bird gives us both the once-over, as if making some sort of calculation. Oh, I hate to disrupt your night, but I can't really go to bed until you leave, so... Oh, alright. Sorry, Artie. I forgot this is your bedroom. Oh, he sleeps in the basement? I forgot. I forgot he slept in the basement. Ollie laughs and slides off his stool, swaying slightly. No worries. You gonna be okay heading upstairs? Ollie blows raspberries at him. What? Blows a raspberry at him. Duh. Artemis looks at me. I'll walk him up. Thank you. I think that's what he wanted anyway. Artemis! Got him in 4K. HD, bro. Ollie turns bright red again. Go on, you two. I'll leave you alone. He strides off purposefully with one last smirk. This doesn't have to be awkward now. No, I guess it doesn't. The signature Ollie smile returns with a new tinge of shyness. A hopeful shyness rather than an anxious one. Sure, please walk me to my room. I think I'd like that a lot. My pleasure. I let Ollie lead the way up the stairs. He does just fine, clearly not that affected by the booze. He stopped in front of his room door and he turns back to face me, twiddling his claws nervously. Thank you, Leo. I had a wonderful time talking with you tonight. Is it okay if I text you tomorrow morning and maybe we can hang out more? I'd like to spend more time with you. Claws clasped together tightly, anxious eyes fixed on mine. Of course, Ollie. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see? That choice is how we cement our, route that we pick tomorrow. When was the last time I actually looked forward to tomorrow? Good night, Leo. Good night, Ollie. As I make my way downstairs and start my nightly routine, I think back to what Ollie said at the bar. Maybe we do deserve to be happy sometimes. I switch off the lights and bundle the blankets around me. I mean, when you think about it, when you really think about it, life is incredible. Maybe he's right. Are we about to have the dream? Do you have epilepsy or sensitivity to flashing lights? See, now, I personally have never gotten this question when I went to bed. When I closed my eyes and prepared to go to bed, I never got a yes or no. Like, hey, you have epilepsy or
sensitivity lights flashing your face. What? Hello? I'm just gonna say yes. Because it's clear we're about to learn Ollie's background. So, and I pressed yes so I don't have to block you guys. Or you guys don't have to skip anything. He's turning his laptop on. Welcome to Oliver Vision copyright 1996. What? Does it mean he was born in 96? What? Hello? Oh, it's bright. Beginning boot sequence. Okay. Checking BIOS. Okay. Checking autonomic function. Okay. Checking disk drives. Okay. Initializing cognition. Checking self-perception. Warning. Self-perception at 150% capacity. Implementing public disguise. What? This music. Hello world. My name is Oliver. Disguise in place. Checking self-perception. Okay. Checking sensory modality. Loading light. Ugh! Growing up, the sun always hurt my eyes. Loading color. This is so cool. Checking visual spatial comprehension. Error. Visual spatial comprehension at 75%. Beginning adjustment. Oh, his glasses. I'm useless without these. Adjustment complete. Checking visual spatial comprehension. Okay. Checking communications array. Okay. Beginning memory tests. System processing. Attempting to run Ollie.exe. Beginning field test. Gathering data. Who was this? He might have been a jerk. Field test failure. Oh. Reanalyzing communications array. Operating at 75% capacity. Beginning adjustment. Attempting to run Ollie.exe. Repeating field test. Gathering data. Field test failure. He made him cry? Oh no! Ollie, what did you do? Field test failure. Was it something I said? Reanalyzing communications array. Operating at 40 capacity. Beginning adjustment. Attempting to run Ollie.exe. Repeating field tests. Gathering data. Field test failure. Oh, he's laughing. Punch him. What is wrong with me? Oliver. We will do this until we get it right. What? Whoa, 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 whoa! Who the hell is the dude with the huge ass arms? Mom, dad, brother, or something? Yeah, it just says data. Jeez. I don't understand. Warning, communications array offline. Field tests, failure. Oh, that's me. Warning, public disguise unraveling. Oh no. This is worse than Hunters. This is a lot worse than Hunters. Can't take this anymore. Oh, this guy's unraveling, yeah. Unraveling. What the hell? Help! I got sent to Cyberpunk. Help! Help! They're trying to turn Ollie into Atom Smasher. Help! Help! It presses against my visor and cracks glass, seeping steadily inside my eyes, my mind, my very soul. Self-perception at capacity. If I have to pretend to be normal for even a moment longer, I'm going to break. I'm going to snap. Sensory and integer overload. Overflow. My nerves and tendons and ligaments, the fibrous wires holding up my shadowed form, one by one in a steady violent collapse. Sensory trigger. Whoa, what? Okay, it just says the same thing. They will gather around me then. They will stand in clipped uniform rows over my fractured, bent backward body. And he still will not understand. I'm sorry, I need to take it. Hold on. Okay, what is going on? It appears that Ollie is like heavily like he doesn't like being himself around people. And somehow it turned him into Atom Smasher in some sort of way. He looked like he was about to transform into Atom Smasher and then, like, I don't know, do whatever he did in the anime. I haven't watched the anime or played the games, but I know who he is. What? What the hell? That's so freaky. That made me unsettled. I don't like this. Oh, his eyes were bleeding. Hold on, let me check the gallery. Oh, I missed someone. Whoever's this is the next person. Wow, look at how many Ollie has just by himself. Look at this. That looks painful. I just realized the more he failed at communicating, like, look, the more he failed at communicating, the more his character began to turn scribbly until it, like, looks like a Slender Man page. Okay, that's freaky. The sound of breaking glass wrenches me awake. Fallen tree branch retreats into a room like a cold metal claw, like a bundle of exposed, crackling wires. I scramble to my paws and stand dumbly in the center of the room, staring at the unwelcome intruder. I see, but I do not comprehend. There is only the broken glass and the frigid air and the acrid stench of fried circuitry. Fried circuitry? Why am I smelling fried circuitry? The hell? My head pounds, my heart aches. My paws shake and shiver, increasing in violence until they give way and I slump back onto the mattress. My limbs fold inward on themselves and I curl into a tight, painful ball, fighting wave after wave of nausea. My stirring brain matter focused entirely on one goal: keep my insides where they belong. Swallow a mouthful of bile. Battery acid cascading up and down, up and down. My throat feels raw and torn, ripped asunder by a scream that rattled me to my core. To the core. I'm not sure how long I lie there, hunched and shivering, eyes wide and stiff, staring blankly at the floor, waiting for the room to stop spinning. It must have been at least a year. No, 10 years. Perhaps 20. Until finally there's room for thought, room for reason. I can feel the urgent caress of the wires, sparking electric veins and arteries. Cold, voltaic fire surging through my flesh with each stagnant heartbeat. Maybe I always will. Was it really just a dream? I plucked my claws, digging ever so slightly into my fur. Soft pinpricks of pain grounding me here in this body. Ollie, is this really how you feel? How do we do this stuff? I need an explanation. How does one see these things? It must have been so hard moving to a house with a bunch of strangers. Someone knocked on the door. No wonder he was so nervous, so jumpy. Yeah, there he is. So each one is different. Each one's completely different, and each one is their romance. Like I keep saying. I keep repeating myself. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, now we're going to be sleeping in the room with Ollie. Leo, are you... Oh! With an inaudible crack, I shift my encrusted eyes upward at the door, just as the room is flooded with light. Ah, I can't see. And there he is, gaze flicking rapidly between me and the branch in the window. After only a brief moment of hesitation, he runs to me first. Leo, please tell me you're okay. Drops to his knees next to my curled up form. His claws reached forward, stopping a few inches before they reach me. You're not hurt, are you? If I try to say anything out loud, I know I'm going to cry, or vomit, or both. Rigidly, I shake my head. Oh, thank goodness. Soft blue eyes sweep across the room again, and he shifts into a sitting position, knees tucked against his chest. I couldn't sleep. Lucky. I was down by the kitchen getting a glass of water when I heard this awful noise. I guess it was the window. His voice stabilizes as he speaks. I can feel he's focusing his effort into sounding calm. I wanted to make sure you were alright. Sorry for barging in like that, but... After that horrible noise, when I knocked and didn't get an answer, I was just so worried. Oh. All of a sudden, I realized my shaking has stopped. Or to be more accurate, I realized that up until this instant, I had been shaking this whole time. I try to remove my limbs and find them once again within my control. I sit up stiffly, mirroring Ollie's posture, though I can't bring myself to meet his eyes. Not yet. If I do look directly at him, some raw, fearful part of me still expects to see wires, warnings, and a stark, flashing visor. It must have been a terrible shock. Oh, this is a new face. This is a new face from him. His words carry so much weight. It's almost like he knows what I saw. I nod. We sit in silence for a collection of long moments. I stare at the textured fabric covering my knees, unthinkingly tracing their wrinkles with my gaze. Ollie sits and waits. I sit and breathe, in and out, feeling my chest expand and contract, feeling a steady pulse in my blood, tissue and bone, not cold metal and rubber. Slowly but surely, I start to feel normal again, whatever that means. Leo? I think we should get out of here. It's freezing in his glass all over the floor. With a noticeable effort, he shifts back to his usual soft smile. Will you let me take you to the kitchen? It's nice and warm there. Please? I nod. Thank you, Leo. Can I have your paw? I look up, meeting his eyes at last. Ollie's claws outstretched towards me, talons delicately splayed. We only have one choice. Take his claw. His palm is smooth, soft in the back of his hand. He handles my paw gently, without even the barest scrape from his longest talon. Let's go, okay? Okay. My voice cracks. I let him pull me upright. My knees crack. I let him escort me out of the room. The door creaks on the way out. Our paws leave muffled ripples on the carpet floor. Silence feels almost alien and incorrect without the keening wind. Here, maybe have a seat at the table? Ollie pulls a chair out for me and I slide into it robotically. I'm gonna get you a glass of water, too. You don't have to drink it, but it might be nice to have something simpler to do with your paws. I hear him fussing with the cabinets and sink, and in just a few moments, he gently sets a full glass down in front of me. Leo, I'm gonna give you a choice, okay? Nano pulls out the chair next to me and says, maneuvering his tail out of the way. If you like, I can sit with you a bit longer and give you some company. You don't even have to talk if you don't want to. Or if you would rather be alone for a while, I can go fetch Artie and we can start working on repairing the den. My god, the den. Shit, I completely forgot. Well, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. The rest of us can handle it, alright? But Nope. Ollie says cheerfully, shaking his head. Don't apologize and don't insist on helping. Just tell me which of those two choices you prefer. I won't mind either way, I promise. We only get one decision. Please don't leave. I think I'd like some company, please. And company you shall have. Before we do anything else, though, I'm gonna call Artemis. Is it okay if he comes and meets us here? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, great. Artemis answers after only 2 rings, and Ollie puts the phone up to his ear. Hey, sorry for waking you up. With a sharp spike of Artemis' voice in the other line, and Ollie's brow furrows. No, it's not me this time, Artie. It's Leo. A huge branch crashed through the window of the den during the night. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I'm sitting with Leo now. If you can come up and meet us in the kitchen if you want. Yes, I'm sure it's fine. See you in a minute. Ollie hangs up and turns to me. Thank you for letting me call him up. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really nervous about telling Theo. But Artie always knows what to say. I'm sure between the two of us, we can work this out nicely. Hee. Make sure to stay hydrated, everybody. From out in the living room, we hear the sound of hurried footsteps, and then Artemis appeared in the kitchen doorway. Here. Why did I think that said hee? Here. Sorry I took so long. That was literally like 15 seconds, but whatever. Ignoring you. Hey, Leo, you alright? Artemis walks over to the two of us, looking me up and down worriedly. You were in the room when it happened, right? I got flashbacks to the freaking... If I can prove that I never took my ball, I could try to tell another soul what you saw. No one else is in the room where it happened. You just touched your balls. Oh god. Okay, I'm okay. I could definitely help out however you need me to. My thin words ring hollow, and Artemis starts shaking his head before I can even finish my sentence. No, I don't think so. Totally unnecessary. You deserve a break after all this shit. Ollie nods in approval. Agreed. Unbidden, I feel a sharp spike of relief tinged with bitter guilt. I feel bad, but don't. No reason to. Theo and I can handle it. Yep, and besides, Ollie stops in the middle of the sentence. Wait, what about me? It's freezing in there, Ollie, and there's glass all over the floor, too. Artemis unknowingly echoes Ollie's words from earlier. Even his tone is the same. In a different instance, I would laugh at their similarity. I do it by myself, but it's Theo's house, and he'd have a fit if he found out I kept the secret. And why exactly do you have to do it all yourself? I am capable of helping you now. I know that, Ollie, but it's just... Bird scrambles for a few moments, looking for the right response. You are helping by keeping Leo company. Artemis looks at me with a sort of help me out here expression. My head starts to throb again. Artemis, don't put pressure on Leo. It doesn't make any sense to... Sorry, you two, but... Both of one paw to interrupt, saw to my temples with the other. Can we not do this now? My head hurts. Both Ollie and Artemis immediately drop their gazes, eyes full of remorse. Sorry. What? Where did I get the head from? Why is the pot all the way... Why is there a pot all the way up there? Who can reach that? Probably Hunter. Look, how about this? Ollie, you stay and keep me company. Artemis, you wake up Hunter and Rafi along with Theo. Both Ollie and Artemis put a claw up to their face in a humorously similar thinking pose. I do have similar thinking poses. That's a very good compromise. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Honestly, having the other two boys on your side will probably help with the angling Theo. Artemis nods slowly. Probably. I expect he'll be pretty upset. Yeah, definitely. But, you can call me for support if you need. Yeah, I know that, Ollie. Thanks. I wonder if Hunter's gonna hurt himself this time. The bird turns to me and stuffs his talons in his pockets. We're gonna take charge of things, I promise. And the first thing I'm gonna do is get all your stuff out of the room so it doesn't get wrecked by the snow. If I were you, I would try to get some sleep. See about that. I'm not sure I'll ever sleep again. Leo, do you want to maybe come up to my room? Yeah. Yes. So we'll be out of the way? That sounds like a plan to me. Artemis chirps, a slight twinkle in his eye. Sure, it's nice and comfy up there. Great. We all have our matching marching orders. 1, 2, 3, break. Ollie and I break off at the door to his room, waving one last time to Artemis before ducking inside. The room is as cozy as I remember. It's also dimly lit. Was it lit like this before? The room is illuminated only by the bedside lamp and the soft RGB highlights of on Ollie's PC. Please make yourself comfortable wherever you like to sit. My eyes keep drifting to the fluffy-looking pillows on the warm, soft bed. Take to bed if you want. We don't have to hang out or anything. You're totally free to just sleep until morning. Curl up against the headboard, adjusting the pillows underneath my shoulders and back. We'll see what happens, I guess. Ollie turns the computer chair around and settles into it, one leg up on the cushion, one foot on the floor. I love this little room. My room back at home is honestly too big, and I don't even use half of the space. And I love being right next to the heat. Ollie pats the gently humming radiator next to the desk. But let me know if it's too hot for you, and I'll see what I can do. It's fine, Ollie. Please don't worry. No sooner do the words escape my lips than his face creases with worry once more. Are you feeling a little better now? Now you're out of that room? Yeah, a little. I know I already said this, but it was honestly a pretty scary sight. Ollie's voice once again takes on that distant, detached quality, like someone else is speaking through him. Walking into a blast of cold wind, seeing the broken window of the branch. You curled up on a mattress like that? Your arms were clenched so tightly. Looked like you were trying to hold yourself together. I thought you were hurt. I thought it had hit you on the way in, or you'd gotten struck by falling glass, or... He speaks, his voice suddenly shrinks until it's barely a whisper. I was frightened. And it seemed like you were too. Or maybe not frightened, but something similar. Yeah, something similar. Something else happened besides the window, I mean? You don't have to tell me, but if it's something I can help with, I'd like to. I don't even begin to explain. How can I? What could he possibly do to help? Even if there's nothing I can actively do for you, sometimes just talking about it is all you need. Ollie chirps softly, as if reading my thoughts. The voice cracks and I swallow laboriously. I had a nightmare. I see. You want to tell me about it? Oh, it doesn't give me the option to say yes. Yes. I took a screenshot. I did low handsome screenshot, bro. No. Sorry, but no. That's fine. But if you ever change your mind, I'm here for you. Thank you, Ollie. Seriously. Of course. He pulls his phone out of his pocket, but doesn't unlock it. He just spins it between his claws. For a long moment, he hesitates, and then the words begin to spill out of his mouth in a flood. I hope I wasn't too rough or insistent with you earlier. I tried my best to give you options and let you have your space, and you were amazing, Ollie. You gave me exactly what I needed. I'm glad. I mean, I just treated you the way I wish people would treat me. Sorry I keep bringing it up, but the way you looked at me when I first came in, wound up in a tight ball, shaking, your eyes shining up at me from between your claws.
I recognized that look immediately. Or at least, I think I did. Honestly, it's how I feel a lot of the time. When I get that way, I feel like Ollie's eyes flicker around the room and he begins to scratch at his feathered crest nervously. Everyone just starts to freak out. They just start making more and more noise, which is the last freaking thing I need in this situation. People always act like I'm spaced out or about to faint or something, and they would try to shake me awake. When the problem is that I'm too awake, too aware. Every single noise, every single shake, every single atom of their body in contact with every atom of mine. I feel it all so sharply. I know I did freak out a little at first when I saw you, and I'm sorry about that, but once I realized you were awake and unhurt, I figured you might want to just sit for a minute. Remember how his claws stopped an inch from my body? How he readjusted himself, drawing back, staying close. Wait for things to be normal again. Yes. He relaxes visibly at the sound of my voice. So, I did the right thing? Yes. And you tell me if I didn't, right? Yes, I would. Okay, good. He understands. Guess that really isn't really a surprise. Ollie always seems to understand. Ow! The dino snaps a claw, interrupting the static in my brain. You said your head hurt earlier, right? He immediately jumps off his chair and starts rummaging in one of his bags. I can see his big tail sliding gently across the floor back and forth as he searches. Here. He holds out a small plastic bottle. Let's take ibuprofen together. What? I snort out an ugly laugh, something resembling a smile spreading across my face. Hold on, my cat wants to get in.
Oh, he's in my room now, and I gave him one of his treats, so now he's happy. Is that right, cat? Darn Fuzz. I snort out an ugly laugh, something resembling a smile spreading across my face. I grab the bottle from him with a grateful nod. I've got some cans of seltzer up here if you want to take it with, too. If you want somebody to take it with, too. What do you mean, if? Don't tell me you dry swallow pills. That's so bad for you. Okay, I won't tell you I dry swallow pills, because that would be bad. Anyway, let me just find those cans. Ollie jumps up and to do another search. Found my eyes lingering on his feathered crust. The way he shifts as he moves, the way it catches the dim light of the room. Here you go, it's pomegranate flavored. I hope that's okay. Obviously, you can have the whole thing if you want. Oh. I'm guessing if I say no, I don't like seltzer, he'll take it for himself. Let me drop a save. Right there. I low-key thought it was Friday today, I'm not gonna lie. No, I don't like seltzer. No thanks, I don't really like bubbly water. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do this one. Thanks, I will. Thanks, Ollie. I popped 2 pills and washed them down quickly, setting them in my reminder of the can on the bedside table. Fun fact, my family used to call it spicy water, so I have to really try hard to remember that nobody else knows what that means. Wait, I love that. Right? We had lots of weird names for stuff. We had so many, I can't even think of most of them. It was like we had our own dialect. Ollie opens up another can of spicy water and pops 2 pills as well, looking pointedly at me the whole time. See, I'm doing what I'm supposed to. There's a novelty. There's a novelty. Dino giggles, pulling both legs up onto the chair cushion. Yup, you know me, always breaking the rules. I'm just so impulsive and rebellious. I can't help myself. God, I can't say that with a straight face. I literally can't even jaywalk without feeling bad. Okay, well, jaywalking is not a crime. It is, in fact, cool and normal. Until you get hit by a truck. Yeah, nope, if a truck tried to hit me, I would simply dodge roll. Anyway, to be really honest, if I got hit by a truck, that would solve a lot of my financial problems. Ollie lets loose with another fit of giggles, covering his mouth entirely with a claw. Then this is all over. Let's go get hit by a truck together. Absolutely. As soon as the roads open up again, I laugh then, and it feels genuine. Well, at the moment, I'm shaking off the dream. I'm only joking, of course. Artemis would never let me get hit by a truck. Never let you do anything fun, huh? Pretty much. I'm sorry about the little spat we had in the kitchen earlier. I know it wasn't a good time for it. I remember all his irritation yesterday when the power went out. Yeah, you were right. He's very protective of you. Extremely, even when I don't need or want it. Ollie's tone is only slightly bitter, annoyed more than upset, more than actually upset. But also, sometimes I'm really not sure what I need or want. And then it's nice. Just to have someone I know will be on my side. Someone I know will make good decisions for me. And the rest of the time, I just have to argue with him a little. To be honest, I think he feels the same way about me. He'll come to me in serious situations and ask my advice too. And I like when he does that. It makes me feel like he truly values my opinion. Or it's just not something I'm used to. Sometimes it feels like everybody's just too busy baiting me to actually listen to anything I say. Even through the thick hoodie pocket, I can see him fiddling with his claws. Whenever Oliver opens his mouth, it's just another problem they have to solve. I can see the exasperation in her eyes before I can even finish my sentence. His words hang in the air for a few moments, gently waiting for him to continue. When he doesn't, I softly say, I listen to you, Ollie. I promise. And I appreciate that more than you know. Ollie, can I ask you something? Go ahead. I just want to make doubly sure you're still okay with me calling you Ollie. He laughed softly, picking one of his claws. Yes, I still am. Notice that everyone else has been calling you Ollie too. Yes, they are. And that's still fine? Yes, I think it is. You gonna come over here, Cat? No, he's not. I was so anxious about it at first. I'm just not good at meeting people. At work, everyone calls me Oliver, and work is almost always how I meet new people, so that's how I introduce myself. It's my adult name, my professional name. I always feel like I need one of those since I'm getting so old. What? Huh? You went to college with Artemis, right? So you can't be that old. Well, I guess. How old are you? I'm 27. Okay. That ain't bad. You weren't. Wait. I was about to say you aren't a dinosaur yet, but that would be a lie. It's a dinosaur. Ollie, you are only 1 year older than me. Listen, I'm not saying you're old or anything. I am older than you, and I just feel like really old. And Ollie becomes a whirlwind of flailing arms and claws, desperately trying to explain himself. You are literally, objectively not old. Okay, I'm gonna go and drop a save for my Ollie route. Hunter route, Ollie route, then most likely Theo route, then Rafi route, then the rest of the routes. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to let my cat out. So yeah, I'm gonna drop this save here, and I'm gonna load this one. I'm not saying no, I don't like seltzer. No thanks, I don't really like bubbly water. But really? What about it don't you like? Well, the frickin' bubbles. And it tastes really weird, especially flat. I'll drink the rest then, no worries. Even if you are wrong. Yeah, sure, whatever. I popped 2 pills and washed them down quickly. Thanks, Ollie. I hand them the rest of the can. Fun fact, my family used to call it spicy water. Okay, that was really fast. You are literally objectively not old. I know, but If you don't think I'm old, then you shouldn't feel old. Fair? There. Ollie picks at his claws again. I'm just not taking it very well, that's all. The slow funeral march to 30. I know people hate it when you say that. It's how I feel. Don't let Theo catch you talking like that. Oh god. Never. And I guess overall, I never minded when you called me Ollie because... Oh, look at you. That's a new face. You put me so at ease, Leo. I've never opened up to anyone this quickly. Well, except for Artemis, of course. He's special. I can see what you mean. Good. And he and I are gonna stick together forever. I almost laughed at the sincere way Ollie says such a childish line, but something stops me. He clearly believes it. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Not meaning to, I yawned loudly, covering my mouth and settling deeper into the pillows. Sorry, Ollie, but I'm fading fast here. I can see that. You go to sleep whenever you like. My eyelids feel so heavy, but what about you? Don't worry about me. You had quite a shock tonight. You deserve to rest. And if you wake up again about our sunrise, I'll be here for you. The room begins to fade into soft, gentle darkness. You should lay down with me. Good night, Ollie. Good night, Leo. It feels like an instant I return to the world. Oh, no dream. I pinched myself once, hard, on the back of my paw. Ow. Definitely not a dream. Sunlight filters softly through the blinds, gently caressing my adjusting eyes. I shift slightly into bed, stretching my stiff legs and arms. My joints snap, crackle, and pop. What did Ollie say about the slow funeral march to 30? I sat up against the headboard and take in the room. Dino himself is nowhere to be found, but I spy a single post-it note stuck on the bedside table, alongside a toasted bagel with butter and a tall glass of orange juice. Went downstairs for lunch, Ollie. Oh. The little heart looks drawn over and indents in the paper. Indents the paper like he struggled to get it exactly right. What a sweet boy. Wait a minute, lunch? I searched the blankets for my phone and checked the time. 3:30 p.m. I've slept most of the day. I stretch again, arching my back and rolling my neck, chasing the stiffness of slumber away. Yeah, I needed this more than I realized. My stomach grumpily reminding me of something else I need. I tear into the bagel with abandon, doing my best to keep crumbs out of Ollie's bed. It's a little stale from sitting out so long, but I hardly even notice. Taking a long gulp of that sweet tart juice, I adjust the blinds, letting more of that sparkling daylight into the room. It is still snowing, but lighter than before, and the bright white blanket amplifies the watery sun struggling to break through the clouds. As my senses adjust to the waking world, I hear indistinct voices and sounds coming from the old radiator next to the computer desk. The voices are too muffled to hear what they were saying, but I recognize Ollie and Rafi, along with the chattering of dishes and running of the sink. Gentle noises must travel up through the heating system. It's kind of nice, actually. Even if you stay in this little bedroom, you can keep track of all the going on and happening in the house. You can even see why Ollie likes it up here. We lift on cue. The sound of his soft, tinkling laughter floats up through the radiator. Ugh, I love his little laugh. Okay, Leo, let's go rejoin society. I right-clicked. Take a moment to gather myself, slipping my phone into my pocket and devouring the last of the bagel. Maybe there's still time for me to help with lunch. Not that they'll let me. But I can't at least offer. After one final deep breath, I twist the handle and pull open the door. The upstairs hallway is quiet, and all the doors were shut. Maybe I'm not the last one awake after all? Unlikely. I gently pad down the stairs and head towards the kitchen. And there they are. Yeah, there they are. I think the next day is the call with Tom. I wonder how that's gonna change. Leo, you're awake. Before I can answer him, the dog hits me with a flying hug. Oof. I am for now, but another one of those hugs may knock me out again. Over the top of Ralphie's fluffy head, I can see Ollie holding back a giggle. He looks happy, if a little tired, clutching a steaming mug of coffee. Probably not his first of the day. Ouch. Something's poking me. Ralphie pulls away and gives me a once over, clearly checking to see if I'm hurt. He must have heard about last night. I was starting to get a little worried, that's all. Did you sleep well? Like a rock. I guess some things never change, huh? Anyway, come here, have a seat. Let's get you some lunch. I can help you if you need it. No, that won't be necessary. I already took care of it. It's nothing fancy, just grilled cheese and tomato soup, but it's always been one of my favorite winter meals, so... My stomach growls again, heedless of its earlier conquests. That sounds perfect, actually. Then sit. Let me pamper you a little, okay? Please. Okay, I'll sit, but only if you two sit with me. Deal. Of course. Ollie lumps around another spoonful of sugar into his mug while Ralphie busies himself with soup. Immediately after I settle into one of the chairs, a savory smell hits me like one of Ralphie's hugs. This is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. You should be. I've had a ton already, and it's delicious. That doesn't surprise me at all. What doesn't? That it's delicious, or that he's already had a ton? Both. Hilarious, Leo. Thank you. I turn to Ollie. And thank you for breakfast, Ollie. The dino looks up from his phone with a gentle smile. I wasn't sure when you'd wake up or how hungry you'd be, so I kept it simple. It was perfect. Good, I'm glad. Ta-da! The dog sets a steaming bowl of savory soup in front of me along with a crispy grilled cheese on a little plate. Your food, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, I forgot to ask. Leo, would you like a cup of coffee? Is this really a decision I'm gonna have to save? Yes, I want to see all the dialogue. Should I be Should I have this many saves? Probably not. No. Yes, please. Actually, no. I'm gonna do the no on this one because I want coffee. No, I don't think so. Thanks for asking, though. Only nods, rising from his chair again. Rafi? Oh, thank you. I don't drink coffee. I didn't think so. Yeah, can you imagine this guy after a shot of espresso? A truly frightening thought. Wow, you two are full of them today, huh? Hold on. Let's see what changes if I say yes. Yes, please. Yes, actually, I think I need one. Ollie nods, rising from his chair again. Rafi? Okay, it's literally just that one line of dialogue, bro. Jesus Christ. What am I doing? No, thank you. I don't drink coffee. I didn't think so. Yeah, can you manage this guy after a shot of espresso? Laughing, Ollie heads back to the coffee machine, grabbing me a mug on the way. And soon I have a hot cup of fresh coffee to go with my delicious meal. What excellent service. We try our best. A few hearty sips, I ask the main question on my mind. So, how are things with the den? Pretty much settled, right, Rafi? Yep, between the five of us, we were able to clean things up pretty quickly. I think, once again, of the glass-strewn floor and the ripped chair cushions. That's kind of surprising. You guys even fixed the window? Mostly. Artemis had some plywood at his place that he let us borrow. That's new. They had to go out and get wood. Well, they still had to go out and get... Okay, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Carl, help me. Though, Theo did say that you shouldn't sleep there. Den doesn't hold heat well anymore. Oh. Well, that's okay. I can move your stuff to wherever you'd like. Just let me know. You're more than welcome to stay in my room, Leo. Ollie speaks up, turning slightly red. Yes, please. Yee. To be honest, I hadn't even considered moving anywhere else. That little room was so cozy and comfy, and Ollie was there. If you don't mind, then, yes, I'd like to. I don't mind at all. No, look at him. He's either happy or kind of sad. Or maybe both? I right-clicked. I swear, I keep right-clicking, bro. Bro, the devs would watch. They're watching this and tweaking. What am I doing? What am I thinking? The devs ain't watching this. The devs don't care. Ruffy's warm blue eyes sweep over the both of us. Then I guess it's settled. I'll carry the air mattress. Ollie, would you mind getting Leo's bags?
I could do that.
Hey, whoa, in a minute. I've hardly started eating. Ruffy freezes already halfway out of his chair. We can all just chill for a minute, yeah? And then once I'm done eating, I can help carry stuff upstairs. Okay. So get a load of this. Me and Ollie were talking, right? And it turns out he makes some of the software I use at work. I mean, it's not like I made it myself. I'm just one of the programmers. Still though, isn't that neat? What did you say earlier, Ollie? I thought it was really profound. Ollie kneads his claws together, looking more embarrassed by the second. Well, Rafi and I wait patiently, the silence only interrupted by the clack of my spoon. I think it was something like, we're all more interconnected than we realize. Today's world can feel so isolating despite, or maybe because of the ubiquity of technology. Stay hydrated. Also, I've never read the word ubiquity in my life. I don't even know what that means, but we're gonna keep rolling on. But even if it's through work, or through a friend of a friend, we as people are still linked to one another. Those threads are still there, even if they just become harder to see. Or something like that. I think you're totally correct. Those threads are still there, even if we lose track of them. Sometimes they're just waiting for you to pick them back up. Right, Leo? And gentle warmth blossoms in my chest. Yeah, right. This is really cheesy, but about everything that's happened lately, I'm glad to be sitting here at this table with you two. Me too. Oh, look at him. I'm not bothering to look at Rafi. Rafi's blushing too, but I'm more... Me three. Honestly, we lucked out. I'm not sure there are other people in the world I'd rather spend this time with. Rafi looks at me with those wide blue eyes. I'm reminded of summer evenings, looking into those same eyes, hearing the same voice speak similar words. I know what Rafi sounds like. When he's being sincere, he means it. I can tell he really means it. Sweet moment is only slightly undercut by Rafi attempting to steal the last bite of grilled cheese off my plate. The practice movement perfected years ago. I swat his paws away. Hey! Ollie's bright laughter fills the room once again, and the warmth of my chest heightens. You three are so sweet. Theo's been stalking us. Theo's just been standing at the doorway, staring at us, waiting for the perfect moment. Theo's deep, unmistakable voice echoes from the doorway. I hope you don't mind me saying that. If anything, I'm the one who lucked out. I know it's selfish of me to say this, but having all of you come stay with me has been the highlight of my year. Aw, Theo. We can come back to visit any time, you know. Ollie nods. The city doesn't even have to shut down. We can just come over to dinner. That sounds grand, and we'll see what else decides to crush through the window. The joke rolls off his tongue with surprising ease. I'd expected him to be way more upset about it. Speaking of, good afternoon, Leo. How are you feeling about after last night? Afternoon, Theo. I'm doing much better. Much better. Yeah, I didn't have crazy Ollie Cyberpunk Atom Smasher dreams. Like night and day. I presume Rafi filled you in on your sleeping situation, right? Yeah, that's no big deal. I'm gonna stay with Ollie in his room. Leo nods, a twinkle in his eye. I thought you might. Why does everyone keep saying stuff like that? Because it's clear that I like all of them. It's clear that I like Ollie. I wonder how it's going to play out with Theo's route. Alright then, let's get your room all set up. Again. Unless you'd rather finish lunch first. Nope, I'm all done. Let's do it. As I expected, I end up carrying nothing. Theo grabs the already deflated air mattress, and Rafi and Ollie snap up my bags where I can protest. I can get used to this if I'm not careful. Just like the first day here at Theo's house, we all crowd into Ollie's room. Theo starts setting up the air mattress while Ollie makes space for my stuff. Where did you want this bag, Leo? Rafi holds up my toiletries bag. You know what? You can just give this to me. I think I'd like to take a shower. Oh, sure. He hands me the bag with a sly expression. I guess cats don't really clean themselves with their tongues after all. On the other side of the room, Theo lets out a cough. Clearly reported a disguised bark of laughter. Theo! You old bastard. You old goot. No, we do not. And you know that already. It's just a little joke. Hilarious, Rafi. I say, mirroring his words from earlier. Thank you. Enjoy your shower, Leo. Grumbling good-naturedly, I grab a change of clothes and head towards the upstairs bathroom, playfully slamming the door behind me. Naturally, after I make my silly dramatic little exit, I see that the door to the said bathroom is currently closed. Figures. Step forward, intending to knock, when it suddenly opens and Hunter steps out. Julia's pepper face is so drawn and empty that it catches me fully off guard. No, he's still depressed! He's still depressed! No! No, Hunter! The heavy pause lasts only an instant. Oh, hey, Leo. How you doing? How are you doing? You looked like you had stationary depression. Know what? You probably hurt your arm. So the same things still happen. It's just that it changes which character we're with and how everything goes. Okay. Sorry, I'm all done with there if you need it. Yeah, I was gonna take a shower. Go right ahead, it's real nice, and the water pressure here is great. So I basically, I think so far, I picked the best route with helping out Hunter, with being Hunter's dude, because, well, Hunter has stage 18.5 depression. And so I'm gonna be making him feel better from that, which makes me happy. Anyways, alright ahead, it's real nice, and water pressure here is great. His usual tone is back at full force. If I had seen his expression just moments ago, I would have thought everything was totally normal. You okay, Hunter? Me? It's you I'm worried about. The whole business with the window was nasty. Oh, yes, it was pretty upsetting. But I'm much better now. I just needed a good night's sleep and a hot meal. Oh, hey, that's great to hear. Hunter moves to lean against the doorframe and winces sharply, quickly adjusting himself. Well, don't let me keep you. Enjoy that shower, okay? We'll talk later, promise. Gives me a pat on the shoulder and walks briskly back to his room, shutting the door behind him. And just like that, I'm alone in the hallway, considerably more confused than I was 30 seconds ago. I guess I'll get the hot water running. Shower is nothing short of luxurious, large, comfortable, and clean. The water turns hot at once, and I thank whatever gods exist for good water pressure. Crank up the heat and step inside, sighing as it hits my still stiff shoulders. Under the steady steaming spray, I can feel the final clinging of terrors the previous night wash away and flood down the drain. I stay in there for quite a while, not even bothering to check the time until the room is thick with mist. For once, my mind is perfectly still. Jesus, if only it would stay that way forever. No such luck. One of the greatest sorrows of life is that you eventually have to get out of the shower. As the last few drops drip down from my shower head, I think of Ollie. Think about the fact that I'm moving into his room, not even 3 days after meeting him. He said he had never warmed up to someone as quickly as me. The opposite was true as well. Never before in my entire life have I met anyone like him. As I pull the shower curtain back, I remember the feel of his rough, scaly hand and the soft, supple palm beneath. I remember the delicate way he held my paw and the slightest, barest touch of his talons. His softly blushing face. His robin's blue egg eyes behind those thick frames. A small ink-drawn heart etched with care into a post-it. You put me so at ease, Leo. I vigorously towel off my thick fur, throw on some fresh clothes, step back out into the hall. When I re-enter his room, I find him waiting for me. Hey. Oh, is my bag in here now? Is that my bag? He looks up at from his jam-packed computer screen and gives me a small wave. Hey, what you up to? Just getting my dailies. I can't stop, though, if you want. Nah, you're fine. I'd appreciate a chance to just sit and scroll for a bit. Cool. He gestures at the bed. You can take your old seat again if you like. I won't need it.
until it's time for bed after all. I think I'll take you up on that, thanks. I settle once more into the now familiar cushions and pull out my phone. After all the noise and conversation of the day, a little scrolling is just what the doctor ordered. Our parallel play lasts for quite a while until the last struggling sun rays fade and night falls once again over the frozen city. Eventually, both of our phones buzz. It's Hunter in the group chat, a silly selfie with a plate of pasta. It's dinner time, folks, if you're interested. I look up at Ollie right as he does the same. You interested? Not really. Me neither. Kinda figured I'd snack tonight, or just sleep through till breakfast. I stare at Hunter's selfie. His smile is warm and easygoing. Hey, Ollie. Is Hunter okay? Turns away from his computer screen and rubs his chin thoughtfully. I'm not sure. Artemis told me he hurt his arm helping Theo move the branch. He was really quick to deny it, but seems like something shifted in him then. I heard Rafi give him a quick checkup, but I don't know what he found, if anything. Artemis didn't want to cry. That's fair. What makes you ask? Why did I say it in my normal voice? I quickly relayed the story to him of meeting Hunter in the hall earlier. Honestly, I've noticed that too. Just in little moments here and there when he thinks no one is looking. Smile on his face that smile of his falls right off his face. And that it's weird to not smile, not that it's weird to not smile, of course, but the gariest way he throws up the veneer again once he notices someone watching. Ollie shakes his head. I'm probably overthinking it, but there's just quite a difference between those two hunters. I think of the dull blankness behind those golden eyes and how quickly and startlingly they lit up. I know what you mean. We sit in silence for a moment, phone and games forgotten. What about Theo? He seemed very cheerier today. It's like he's taking all this well. Yes, better than Artie and I thought he would. At first he was pretty frazzled, but I think having the other three boys there kept him anchored. I'm really glad you suggested waking them up. I scratched the back of my head, embarrassed. In all honesty, my head felt like it was caving in and I just wanted the conversation to be over. We all need to shut up anyway, and it was a great idea. One that neither of us would have had on our own. I would have been too anxious to even knock on their doors, and Artemis thinks he can do literally everything by himself. That does sound about right. And of course, Rafi and his medical training were a huge help. I felt a lot better about the whole thing knowing he was there. He's pretty impressive overall. I don't think I could ever do the kind of work that he does. He seems so light and airy when he's with us, but I can very clearly picture him in the emergency room fully locked in. I wouldn't, if anything ever happened on my watch, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. Wouldn't be able to bounce back. Not sure I'd be able to either. I read it in his voice. Sorry. But anyway, Ollie shakes off the thought. I can see why you two are such good friends. You fit well together despite how different you are. You think so? Yes. The easy groove you slip into when you talk. The fun little ways you poke at each other. We just have a lot of practice, I guess. Though I gotta admit, I was surprised at how easily we picked it back up. Like you were never apart? Yeah. Reminds me of me and Artemis a little. Though I think the two of us are way more similar than you and Rafi are. And of course, we weren't childhood friends. I'm pretty sure we would have hated each other as kids, though Artie doesn't agree. I'm glad we met when we did. It was just right on time. We fell into uncomfortable silence once more, a much longer one this time. Punctuated only by the quiet hum of the wind and the quieter hum of Ollie's computer. Leo, can I ask you a question? You can let me know if it's too big or too abstract. Of course. Do you think everything happens for a reason? Ooh. That's a good question. I'm gonna drop a save.
So this one I'm gonna say no because I want to say yes on the main one. No, I don't. Beyond simple cause and effect, I mean. I can't believe in fate. I don't believe in fate or anything like that. And honestly, anybody who does is just looking for something or somebody to blame. Ollie nods contemplatively, clearly deep in thought. Why do you ask? Sorry. Shadow passes over his face and the dino drops his gaze, claws twitching fiercely. I know big silly questions like that can be off-putting. People don't usually like when I bring them up, but and his downcast eyes see a parade of dark scribbled out faces, one by one scornfully turning their backs. When it's 3 in the morning and I can't sleep, these are the things I think about. They seem important, you know? Like, why else are we here if we don't wonder about these things like this? We don't look beyond what's right in front of our nose. Are we really living? He casts a wistful, anxious eye over his computer setup. If, from the moment we're born, we never leave our house, we think our house is the whole world. Oh, more art stuff. Where is this in the gallery, I wonder? Next. 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 There it is. Oh god. Well, I'm gonna load this and say yes and see if that brings me to a different place. Yes, I'd like to think so, yes. I'd like to think there's some meaning on all the chaos, some explanations for all the miracles and tragedies that happen every day. It's better than the alternative. Ollie nods contemplatively, clear as even thought. What do you ask? Okay, we read all this already. Alright, here we go. Look at him. I was so scared about when I heard that there was going to be a raptor. Ollie quietly rises from his chair to stand at the window. With a reverent serenity, he places his palm on the frozen glass. Especially in weather like this, when all the world slows to a crawl and save for falling snowflakes, the very air is still. This, more than anything else, feels like a time to reflect. Oh shoot, is this a different one or is it the same one? It's the same one. Jesus, we still have so many. He has an entire page. Hunter rarely has half. He hesitates, teetering on the inflection point. A light push away from opening up. Or retreating inward once again. I'm listening, Ollie. Ask away. Okay. What the hell? Do you have any memories from when you were a baby? Okay. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save over this one. Am I being honest? No, I don't. But I'm gonna say yes first. Yes, actually, and I know that's not common. Are they happy, sad, or neither? Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. Hold on, go back. Okay, I'm gonna say yes so I get more dialogue. Are they happy, sad, or neither? Happy, I guess. Happy, I think. At least, feel sort of happy when I think of them now. Do you think you'd be a different person if you didn't have those memories? Wow, he's like very... Yes. Yes, I think I would somehow. Sometimes I think we are born with this incredible simplicity. We hunger, we thirst, feel comfort and pain and all things in between. And we feel love. We feel in the way we are held and the way we try to hold. The way we use our little fingers to hold on to whatever we can. There are no thoughts attached to those feelings.
No complex motivations or ambitions. Feels like we lose our simplicity so quickly. Feels like we lose it before we are even capable of comprehending loss. And in no time at all, we are fully grown adults. We still hunger, we still thirst, we still feel comfort and pain, and love. But now all those feelings are wrapped up in thoughts and obsessions, and compulsions and expectations. Sometimes those thoughts get so loud and so insistent that we won't eat when we're hungry. We can't feel comfort for all the pain. We won't love because we are scared. Our hands are larger and stronger now. Far more capable of holding on, but we choose to let go. Sometimes, I think we would all be better off if we stayed so simple forever. What do you think? I agree, I guess. I understand. What is this? Hold on. Yeah, see, if I didn't play through these, we wouldn't have seen this. What is this? Would you say you're a happy person? Oh. Not really, but I'll just say yes. Yes. Let's say that in the grand scheme of things I am. Why do you think that is? Oh. Jeez, these are tough questions. Ollie's asking the real questions today, chat. Ollie's hitting them... hitting? Asking them hard hitters. Because I tried very hard to be. Because I put so much effort into it. That answer might sound glib, but it's true. People think being happy is easy. That it just comes to you. Not true. Constantly remind myself to be happy. Get out of bed, Leo. Take a shower. Brush your teeth. You know you'll feel better if you do. Off your phone, Leo. It's not helping you right now. Look at the world around you. Look for more than just a few seconds. Really look and take it all in. See how small you are compared to everything else. Doesn't that fill you with wonder? Look at your friends. They're waiting for you, Leo. Go to them. I try. Very hard. I always have. I understand. What about you, Ollie? Would you say you're a happy person? Not really, no. Why not? Well, lots of reasons, really. Overall, it's pretty simple. If you think of my mood and outlook as a set of scales, it's just that one side is weighed down more. Sorry, that metaphor made a lot more sense in my head. Let me see if I can explain what I meant there. No, I think I got it. If the scales are tipped one way, you're happy. Yeah, and if they're tipped the other way, I'm sad. Well, unhappy. Maybe, not sad. People tend to treat happy and sad as opposites, when I'm not convinced they actually are. But regardless. It just feels like my particular set of scales is broken. Like I can pile tremendous weight on the right side and it will still lean to the left. So, when your scales are tipped the wrong way, what motivations what motivates you to keep going? Oh, Jesus. I'm answering questions like it's asking me. Well, it is asking, he is asking me. Making people happy. Smiles. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. Little ways I can make people happy or lighten their load. Something about a simple thank you or a grateful expression makes me feel like I matter too. What about you, Ollie? Where does your motivation come from? That's a tough one. I'm not always sure. Most of the time, I think it's my anxiety. Oftentimes, I just have so many urgent thoughts and emotions that need addressing right at this very moment. There's no room for apathy. But when that fades, those rare moments where my anxious brain is silent, I see potential everywhere. I see where the world could be. And I want to live long enough to see it blossom. Like the flowers rising up from the snow. Sorry. That in mind.
Who's that? Can I meet that guy? Gee. I want to meet him. The police. Damn, you can see him through the shirt. I need a chill. The Stopper Out of Context compilation's tucked.
Do you think you're capable of great things? Yes. Why do you think that?
Because I'm the smartest, most talented person I know. No, that's a lie. Because I've heard it my whole life and I've been initializing it. Because everyone is. Oh, shoot. I don't know. I don't know how I would word it. Wait, hold on. What was the last question? You think you're capable of great things? Yes. Because I've heard it my whole life and I've internalized it. Because I've wanted to my whole life, I guess. I don't know. I guess I've just been told that a lot. Other people always seem to think so they can't all be wrong. Right? Ollie? Do you think you are capable of great things? Not particularly. I'm never going to be some big shot professional. Whatever. Never some captain of industry or world-altering philanthropist. I just don't have the drive. I don't have that spark that pushes people like that forward. Well, usually it's generational wealth that makes captains of industry and big shot professionals, but I digress. Given my many shortcomings, I think the most that I am capable of is modest success. Years of working a quiet, steady job, and then a simple, decent retirement. If I live that long. That doesn't sound too bad to me. No, me neither. I think most people's answers to that question are incredibly interesting. Mainly to gauge their definition of greatness. Whether it means money, fame, power, influence, beauty, knowledge, wisdom. This next question may seem unrelated, but how do we go from a city to sleeping under a bridge, bro? Help? I want to see the dragon on that billboard again.
Do you think the world we live in is fair? No. No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
How often in life do we actually get what we deserve? Any of us? You see it every day on the news. People lose their homes, their families, their children, their very lives. Do they deserve that? Is every loss they suffer justified? Of course not. What do you think?
No. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, this world we live in is not fair. And I mean the natural world, and I don't mean the natural world. The boundless nothingness beyond the stars. The ever-expanding universe has no concept of fairness. Fairness, justice, even basic morality. At both macro and microscopic scales, none of it matters in the slightest. Fairness is a concept we created. We built it, much like we built our houses, our communities, and our nations. There is no universal capital J justice. And so by that logic, I say it is not fair that a handful of individuals hoard the wealth of the world. That wealth determines everything. Determines who lives in the warmth and who dies in the cold. Determines where you were born and how you were raised. How you are educated and what career path you take. Whether you live to see old age or pass before your time. Is any of that fair? To have it is to live. To lose it is to die. It is as simple as that. And I know in my heart of hearts that things don't have to be this way. We as sentient beings have come so far from that first campfire, from the first cultivated plot of land. We are living in an age of wonders, of miracles made real. Working together, we can twist the genome and touch the stars. This world doesn't need to be such a savage place. We can make it better. look out for one another if we can only try. After all, regardless of what we do, we're all headed to the same place. There's a tree on the power line. You think about the fact that you're gonna die? I don't even get the choice this one. Leo's answering this in himself. I want to say no, but Leo says yes. Look at the depresso on his face. Yes. Me too. And not just you, but everyone you know. Everyone you have ever known, or will ever know. Everyone you have ever heard of. It's the only thing we all share. Does that thought of that scare you? I hear my freaking dog prancing around. She needs to chill. Well, I'm gonna go let her outside again just in case. I suppose, yeah, it does. Though some people I care about less than others. But of course it does. How could it not? Ollie? Does it scare you? Depends on the day. I think most of the time I do what everyone else does. I forget. It's so easy to forget that it's going to happen. Especially when you're young and healthy. Have you ever seriously thought about your legacy? What you'll leave behind when you go? No. I usually stick to here and now. I guess it all just seems so distant. Until it doesn't. Judging from the question, I'm guessing you've thought about it? Quite a bit, yes. Not long ago, I had an epiphany. Realistically, my time could come at any moment. And if that's the case, if any day could be my last day on Earth, if any time I waved goodbye to a friend, that could be the last time I would speak to them. I want my legacy to be of kindness and joy. I want to be as caring and as compassionate as possible to everyone I come in contact with. I want to help them in whatever little ways I can. I want to help them live. Help them thrive. Because, well, why else am I here? Why else are any of us here? In the end, that's the only thing that matters. With a small sigh, Ollie slumps back down into the chair. His eyelids flutter closed, then laboriously open again. I'm sorry, Leo, but I don't think I can stay awake another minute. Swallowed a lump in my throat, eyes shimmering and stinging. I wiped them roughly with my sleeve and rise from the bed. You're fine, Ollie. You pass your time, you go to sleep. Here, give me your claw. You extend the claw without even opening his eyes. Pull him upright, lower him onto the bed, and tuck him neatly under the covers. I'm sorry for talking your ear off. I would have listened to you talk all night. Say without even a sliver of doubt. Still, you got way more serious than I meant to, so I'm sorry. A loud, exasperated chuckle. No more apologies, Ollie, please. If you wake up again before sunrise, I'll be here for you. I can hear the soft sound of his snoring. I turn to look out the frosted window and make eye contact with the silver moon peeking shyly over a blanket of clouds. I'll be here for you, no matter what. Oh, okay, so Ollie's is shorter than Hunter's. Hunter's route was a lot longer than this. Sure, it had less CGs, but it's a lot longer. Actually, it has more CGs. Because in Hunter's route, we went through to go with the lady, but in this one we didn't. Okay, I wish I could change their names, because this Hunter, then this one is our boy, Ollie.
And this, we're gonna skip through all these because we read this already. Yep, again, y'all did amazing. Stay tuned for our next release. Until then, Theo's door is always open. Yep. So we saw quite a few more CGs today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13 more. But, you guys, that was most of the ones that I missed. Actually, I might go... it's hold on, wait. I don't know if, 1, 2, 3, or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, those other two in this one have to be characters. If it's not, I don't know what it is then. But, yeah. That was the the Ollie romance route up to where we can get in version 0.10. As well as all the other choices. Next time, I will be doing, whose choices will I be doing? Probably Theo's. Because I'm not really like into the other three. It's just Ollie and Hunter. But yeah, I love this game so much. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and the subscribe button. They help me out a ton. Follow me on Twitter at @TheStopRate and join the Discord, link to which is in the description. I'll see you guys next time with Theo's Route. Peace.